Welcome to DudeAwakeningPodcast. I'm Scott Busby, your host, and this is my co-host, Nick Galaviz.
What's up, everyone?
What up? It is Friday, December 5th, right?
All day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Anyways, we've got a special guest today. We'll be talking to Chris Kanik.
Young man, I need to tell you something really important. Your product could quite honestly change the world.
Gordon Ramsay is going into business with Chris Kanik. Chris Kanik. Smart Cups.
Chris Kanik.
Chris Kanik. Smart Cups. Chris Kanik.
We got Chris Kanik Smart Cup.
Chris Kanik. Good morning, Chris.
So you won a $250,000 investment from Gordon Ramsay for your product, their Smart Cups.
Tonight, we're going to tell you an amazing story. A 14-year-old boy from Union Hill High School in Union City proved the theory of a doctor from Harvard to be wrong. Chris Kanik, who is now 15 years old, is with us today. Along with him is his science teacher, Nadia McCarr.
Who said that Union City cannot produce a Nobel Prize winner?
I'm coming to you with a technology platform capable of doing any kind of product. I can make coffee and I can make sauce. You have Michelin stars. I'm talking about Nobel Prize worthy work. The only difference between me and you, Gordon Ramsay hasn't crushed your self-esteem yet. Wow.
If you had to choose between me and a Whopper, who would you choose? She looks at me stone cold in the face. She goes, Whopper.
Go, girl.
Sweetheart, go. I love you.
My dad is a scientist,
Comedian.
a chemist.
The chemist.
I think Chris's product could truly change the world.
Daddy, I know that you can win.
The whole thing that you've come up with is you figured a way to print stuff on anything. You could print on a candy bar, on a tortilla chip, on aluminum, anything, right?
Correct. It's kind of like Willy Wonka's wallpaper. We can make the schnozberries taste like schnozberries at Smart Cups.
It's the craziest shit I've ever seen. There's a cup. You buy like a box of cups, take the cup, you pour the water in the cup, and it turns into this electrolyte drink. Because the 3D printing of all the stuff is actually on the surface of the cup.
I'm always running around, so pouring one of these Smart Cups in my bag is a must. Zero sugar, people. Come on. I'm saying this from truth and obsession.
These probably look familiar, but that's because I used them in my giveaway because I love this stuff so much that I just included it in my giveaway.
Really? There's a mad scientist next to you.
Is that real?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I get a good feeling, yeah.
The ability to print medications and micronutrients and deliver them to underdeveloped regions of the world. Smart Cups technology, I think, is going to change the world.
Hell yeah.
What's up, Chris?
What's up, Scott? What's up, Nick?
What's going on?
Good to meet you, Nick.
Nice to meet you, too.
Scott?
Yeah. We've, Chris and I have conversed multiple times, several times.
Yeah. As comics do when they're standing around not doing shit.
Yeah, standing around while other comedians are just fucking sucking it up.
And you're
That
like,
is the thing. I never knew it. I went to one of the first ones that I went to. It was up in Anaheim.
Yeah.
And there was nothing but comedians there. I mean, maybe like three of us.
There's a
that weren't
Noble.
doing it.
Have you been in the Noble, Mike?
I have.
It's like a
Noble Ale
open
Works in
factory and shit. It's pretty cool scene there, set up there. But no one fucking paying attention, really. It was the weirdest shit. Everyone's outside smoking, waiting for their turn.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just
Yeah,
weird.
they're just shooting the shit. They're, comedians do, dude. Just talking, man.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's just fucking around and
Yeah.
standing around. Fucking open mics are brutal, though.
Yeah.
They can be.
If you can do open mics,
You can do anything.
they say Navy SEAL training is hard. No, if you go fucking do open mics for a year,
Dude.
you could take down a whole fucking small country.
Yeah, right. That's what I've been doing for a year, man. I had a good piece of news actually this morning. I got invited to a comedy fest.
Oh, really? Which one?
In Anchorage, Alaska Before You Die. It's the only one I've actually submitted to, and it helps that my brother is the top sponsor, but
A little bit of nepotism going on there.
Some disqualifies.
Bro, hey, bro. I rarely get to use my white privilege, and so
Your brother, by the way, is your doppelganger. Is that the one that looks exactly
my little brother lives in Oceanside. That's my older brother. He lives in Alaska.
So they all kind of look alike, but he and Shawnee,
yeah, my little brother and I look a lot alike.
Yeah, like a couple weeks ago, I walked by his brother, and I'm like, wow, Scotty got on Ozempic. He got some of the good Ozempic.
Yeah.
He even changed his hair color.
Right, yeah.
No, but he was wearing a hat.
Yeah.
And like, I just kept staring. I'm like, whoa.
You're like, dude, that guy lost like 40 pounds.
And then you popped out of somewhere, and I saw you both standing together. I was like, okay, the world makes sense to me now.
Yeah. You're like, I just saw him fucking 2 weeks ago, dude. He lost 50 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I outweigh him by a solid at least 45 right now.
45 pounds.
He's like 175. I'm like just under 220.
Nice.
I'd be happier at about 185.
You'll get there.
Thanks, Nick.
He was there like in March.
Dude, right before I met my girlfriend, we just had a conversation about it a couple weeks ago, and it was like I was keeping track of like my goals really well, right before I met her, and I'm like, dude, I'm at 197, I'm doing great, and then I weighed myself, I don't know, maybe a month and a half ago, and it was like 228. I'm like,
solid 30.
Yeah,
you
dude.
open up the door of the bathroom. You're like, babe, you're making me fat.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all your fault.
It's her fault. Yeah, I blame all my problems on everybody else.
It's the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, exactly.
I love doing that shit too.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
constipated. It's Trump's fault.
It's Trump's fault. Fuck that.
Dude,
That's it.
that is the way of the world, you guys, for sure, is blaming our problems. I'm just making sure the shit's recording right now. I did that before our first episode.
Bro.
Our first episode that we recorded
was awesome, by the way.
So him and I have been friends since we were like 5. We met in kindergarten, and we've stayed in touch the whole time. But I mean, dude, he went on his thing. I was pretty Mormon for a while, one of my mission is that.
Yeah.
He went on his mission to get more heroin and like go collect copper.
Fucking,
he's like,
hey, it was cans, not copper. I was not that tricky. Okay.
Yeah, he's like stealing wire from like telephone booth fucking poles and shit like that.
Each mission is important in its own way.
But so I finally, like, his name came to my mind when I'm like, because I've wanted to do a podcast for a long time, but I'm like, who's gonna be my co-host?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden his name popped up. I'm like, oh, dude, he's the guy. So we do our first episode,
dude,
and it was like we both kind of like talked about like what we had just gone through and like where we're at now. It was so fucking rad.
It was
right?
fluid, and I mean, we told a really good story about how our friendship started.
Yeah.
And how we evolved individually together, all that kind of shit. Good stories, dude.
Awesome.
So yeah, it was totally awesome.
It was awesome
until I went to edit it and there was no audio,
none.
Oh shit,
no audio whatsoever, and I'm like, fuck. Dude, so we have so we have like an hour 45 of just a video of him and I talking. No audio.
No audio.
We should dub it. You should dub it.
Yes, I know. That's
like,
yeah. It's
make it in
dude.
Spanish,
dude. Yeah,
claro
que sí.
Or
Yeah.
like Japanese.
Japanese
Yeah.
would be better.
Japanese would be great.
Yes.
Although
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. You have a great voice.
Thank you.
For radio.
He definitely
like
does.
you make my voice. I sound like a fucking jockey.
No, you don't.
I sound horrible. But you make me want to go pick up smoking.
Yeah,
like I'm gonna go get a pack of
That's
cigarettes
something
after
I
this.
did smoke for a very fucking long time,
Yeah,
and I
you
quit
did.
like 5 years ago.
Has it been that long?
It's been a long time, bro.
Damn.
Do you vape?
No, fuck that shit.
You don't vape? You just went cold turkey?
No,
No, he just sucks dick. dude.
Just
He's
sucks
like-
dick? Yeah.
I mean that's what usually people switch to get
know,
off sucking dick.
It coated my throat. It provided some medicine there.
The cessation.
But no, I did
oral
I did
cessation.
nicotine. Nicotine gum for like fucking 4 months.
Okay.
Yeah,
And that was it.
and that was it.
I quit cold turkey. I used to vape too. It's been, dude, it was bad because I smoked like when I would drink, but then the girl I was dating was not into it. And then I switched to vaping and I vaped way more. And I learned that, so I worked in an office in Irvine and I learned that if I just held it in long enough,
No one would know.
nothing will come out. It just all absorbs.
Yeah.
You just like do it all low pro, And dude, I'll never touch nicotine again because I was kicking that was the worst thing I've ever did. It was gnarly. But I remember I walked in the gym one day, I threw my vape into the trash and I never touched nicotine ever since.
It's funny how shit like that happens.
Mhm.
I picked up chewing when I moved to California.
Ew.
Yeah.
Because I had a
That's not
business
fucking-
partner
Okay.
who was from Michigan.
Mhm.
He's a screenwriter. and he just chew all day long. You
Yeah,
know,
it's gnarly.
people back east, Northeast, we don't chew.
Yeah.
We don't do that shit.
They smoke.
Like they smoke, and I never smoked.
Mhm.
And so one day I was like, what's the fucking fascination about this? So I picked it up. Within like a minute or two, I'm throwing up. I'm shitting my brain.
dude.
I got the head high.
Yes.
And then something happened in my brain where I was like, I want it again.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I want it again. So I chewed real tobacco.
Like you did a dip, or like the
yeah.
actual like long cut stuff,
Like long cut. And then the long cut got disgusting. And then I moved to pouches.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
And then
Most of my friends that do just pouches, and at this point,
yeah,
just cleaner.
it's just cleaner.
And now you do Zins, and it's like,
yeah. So like I've got the equivalent of a Zin in my mouth.
yeah,
Because about like 2 years ago, I got so sick, I was coughing out my lungs for like 2 weeks. But I'm still like shaking. I gotta put a pouch in.
Yeah.
And then I would cough and the pouch would fly out. So I went through probably 4 cans within 2-3 hours. And I was like, all right, I
Gotta
can't
stop.
chew.
No.
And I didn't chew for 2 weeks. And I was like, all right,
Then you're good.
maybe this is it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
yeah,
But it's funny how your body just like gets
Yeah.
used to that.
Yeah, it's weird because like this, I've stopped smoking multiple times. 2 times. Out
He's
of
like,
spite.
I stop every day.
Yeah. But like 2 times out of spite, someone told me I couldn't fucking do it. I was like,
Oh,
fuck
yeah,
you,
there
I'll
you
fucking
go.
do it, and I
Yeah.
did.
There you go.
But every time that I stopped, besides this last time, cigarettes, smoke, and whatever still smelled good to me.
Yeah.
This now it's like fucking get away. So I don't know what
Nasty.
happened. I mean, I was out of pack of smokes, on my way to go get some, and it was a simple thought of, I'm just gonna go get nicotine. Nicorette. That's
Whatever,
what
the nicotine gum.
Nicorette. I was
Yeah.
just like, I'm gonna go get the fucking gum, and I didn't get any
Yeah.
smoke.
And nicotine on its own is actually
Healthy-ish,
Dude,
for you, right?
that's what they're saying.
Yeah,
Is like
it's
it's good for your
beneficial.
brain.
it's good. It's
Yeah.
it's a what's a nootropic? They're
Yeah.
calling it.
Okay.
And so it helps you with your cognition. It helps with that's
Yeah.
why all the military guys, they're constantly putting fucking chews in their mouth. It curbs your appetite
Focused.
and it focuses
Yeah.
you. And it's like
It's like a healthier Adderall or some shit.
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, but it's fucking with your brain. And during
Yeah.
COVID, I can't say the name of the company, but I was working with a tobacco company during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And they were looking at nicotine
Okay.
to
Expand their
so-
services.
well, very quietly, all the big tobacco companies are becoming pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah.
Nobody knows this.
Well, previously they bought all of the big like food companies, like
Mm-hmm.
General Mills and shit like that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And they're like majority shareholders in a lot of, they've diversified.
Yeah.
And so I got front row seats to how nicotine combats COVID. And it was very interesting.
Like any type of viruses or
A lot of viruses.
Right.
And
Okay.
it's so like in down in the Carolinas, they're doing a lot of interesting science research
Hmm.
on how nicotine is beneficial for a lot of different things.
I've seen
So-
some stuff on Instagram and shit, and
Yeah.
just social media in general, I guess, of like, you take this and it helps your immune system. But again, it's
Yep.
everything's in moderation. It's not like
Oh yeah.
you walk around with a bunch of fucking milligrams in your mouth and you're just fucking sucking on that shit all day. But
Can I make Nick not a bitch?
no, nothing can.
Seriously.
Nothing.
Listen,
can.
Yeah.
the Marlboro Man was not a bitch.
I
I
know,
bet you.
Dude, you got to smoke just no filter reds,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
And I'm sure that guy had like Jared from Subway fucking level shit in his closet.
oh
but,
yeah.
but he was just smoking and no one gave a shit.
Oh, dude.
He was
Jared, what's
fucking the
Jared-
camel.
What's Jared up to these
He's
days? He's
fucking
still
in
behind
prison.
bars.
He's in prison.
Oh, fuck
Yeah,
yeah, that guy
dude.
is.
Every time I drive by a Subway, I just think,
Dude, how many footlongs do you think he's taking now?
Oh, God.
Do you think they say that shit too when they're fucking? They're like,
Oh,
foot long.
give it.
They just call him footlong, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, footlong. Hey, footlong, you're up.
Yeah, it's,
Oh, Jesus.
with me or without.
Oh, God.
No, no,
dude.
no,
Yo,
no.
Jared,
Gross.
man. Moral of the story. Don't touch kids.
No.
Not cool. End
That
of
is
story.
your
Not
life.
cool at
That's
all.
the worst
End
thing.
your life.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes,
That's
dude.
the worst.
Speaking of touching kids.
That's a great
Yeah.
fucking transition.
yeah.
Nope.
You ever play that game, Nobody
No.
Will Ever Believe You?
No, never,
No.
never played it.
That's my uncle's game.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we can edit this out, right?
All kinds of shit.
Yeah.
But no, okay, so
yeah, Nick's a better interviewer than I am. Go ahead.
3 things that I know we'll be able to expand on is stand-up comedy, comedy.
Yep.
We've already addressed smart cups. I saw, and then food. What was it? Food for stars, stars for food.
Food stars.
Food stars.
Yeah, Gordon Ramsay food stars. Yeah.
I happen to know someone a while ago was on one of his shows.
Which one?
I want to say it was Hell's Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah. And he said that the whole asshole, fuck you, and blah, 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 is a complete act. And that off camera and all that shit, that he's a nice guy. Is that true?
I'm going to look in the camera. I signed an NDA.
Oh, damn it.
But I will say Gordon Ramsay is one of the smartest and nicest people I've ever come across.
Okay.
Wow.
And I was fortunate, looking back on my 2 months on set.
Okay.
They put you in a pressure cooker situation, right?
Yeah.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Well, they're trying to, bring out the drama, right?
Yeah, and I was on a business show.
Okay. So I wanted to, I never even heard of that show until I did some research on you.
Yeah.
So how did that come about? Like what got you even going?
Yeah.
into
So in 2021, my company Spark Cups was on Time Magazine's list of best inventions of the year.
that? Okay.
Cool, right?
Yeah. Fuck
And
yeah.
I'm like, because we're viewed as a sustainability technology, et cetera. So a couple months later, email comes through the general inbox. And at this point, like, we get so many emails.
Yeah.
I wasn't manning the emails. People would man it. And I'd say, listen, if an important email comes through, just send it my way. Like if it looks legit, if it's like a pharmaceutical company, if it's a food company, CPG company, if it's a production company, send it my way. So
He's
they
like
forward the email.
From like a prince from Nigeria. And he's
Yeah.
like, I got this deal for you.
I'm interested in investing in your company. I'm like, don't fucking bother me with that shit. Nowadays, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
But Fox reached out and invited me to be a contestant on this new show.
So they sought you out.
They sought me out.
Okay,
That's
nice.
cool.
Yeah. So they said, we know you used to be a stand-up comic. You have an innovative technology with applications in food and beverage. We're doing this new entrepreneur show. It's kind of like Shark Tank meets Apprentice.
Okay.
Would you be interested in doing the show? And I said, sure. I love Gordon Ramsay. And at that time, I had a full gym in my garage. And the shit that I would watch, like I'd be doing elliptical or running on the treadmill. And I just watch like Hell's Kitchen.
Okay.
Or what's the other one? Where he fixes people's restaurants.
Yeah.
Oh, the bar.
Bar Rescue is the John Taffer
Okay.
one.
It's
This
Gordon
one-
Ramsay's one. Okay.
Yeah, but it's Gordon
Yeah.
Ramsay's version of it. And
Yeah.
he comes into a restaurant.
And he's just such a dick to everybody.
yeah,
It's
he's just
like,
a fucking asshole. He's like,
Yeah.
are you a fucking donkey? And
yeah,
shit like that.
Yeah.
So they go, well, you still have to, even though we reached out, you still have to try out. I said, sure. What do I have to do?
Yeah.
Fucking massive fucking questionnaire. And then I had to do a video. And I said, listen, I just want a little promo. So I go up and I said, listen, the only reason I really want to be on this show is because I want an opportunity to show Gordon how much of a fucking idiot I am. And I want him to put 2 slices of bread around my head and call me an idiot sandwich. And I had my kids, my 2 boys from both sides just go, you're an idiot sandwich. Yeah. This. I was on
Hell
set
yeah.
for 2 months. Boom. Everyone thought I was fucking crazy. I would travel around because they put us up in a hotel wherever we were, but the base was up in LA, where Fox does all their shows, like their cooking shows with Gordon and stuff. And I'd travel around set for 2 months with 2 slices of bread.
No way.
Wrapped in plastic. And I'd keep it in my pocket because I never knew when a situation was going to come up. Because I was ready. Like most people were terrified of Gordon. I'm like,
Give me.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for this shit.
Nice.
And I never had the fucking opportunity until after I won. And I'm, confetti comes down. My kids are all like excited. Everyone's hugging and this and that. And there's Gordon. I go, this is my moment.
Nice.
And he sees me pull out from my suit 2 slices of bread.
A suit.
Yeah, I'm wearing a suit. And I got 2 slices of bread. And he sees me and he starts walking the other way.
The fuck's this guy
And I'm
about to
like,
do?
And I'm like, Gordon. can you do me a favor? Can you put these on my head and call me an idiot sandwich, please? And he's looking at me. He's like, we're going to be business partners. And I said, it's not for me. Do it for my kids.
Oh, my God.
Do it for my kids.
Yeah.
And so I have a clip. It never got aired, but I put it on my Instagram.
That's cool.
And then I have all the clips on set, and I did a montage of like every week there was another episode. I'd go, all right, this is the week. I even bought episode 9. Gordon treated us to dinner at Hell's Kitchen in Vegas, and they sell these earmuffs?
Yeah,
earmuffs that say "idiot sandwich" on them. It's
No
2
way.
slices of bread.
That's funny.
And so like I had them on my desk for after the show, and my daughter always would pull them on, and she's like, "You're an idiot sandwich," Shit like that. And if you watch that final episode, if you get a chance.
Well, I'm going to look more into it now. That show was fucking.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. That was one of the hardest things I ever did in my life.
You said 2 months.
2 months away from my family, away from my kids.
Wait, so you were just on the show like 24/7? Like you're in a hotel the whole time?
Oh yeah,
traveling with them?
Yeah.
Damn.
And they would never tell you like where we were going.
Okay.
Wow.
Like,
just like, come on, let's go.
And it's like, I'm like, I would walk around set and I'd make jokes and I'd be like, there are Russians right now being treated better by Ukrainians because this shit is crazy. But even the lawyer on set, there's a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
Fox has a lawyer, and
I'm sure they have
1,000 of them. Yeah.
There was a therapist on call because people
No
would have
shit.
like breakdowns.
That's how pressure.
Yeah.
Wow.
I never broke. Gordon never yelled at me.
Okay.
His first episode, he makes my teammate cry.
No.
Nice.
A grown ass fucking man for undercooking meat.
So the burger was half raw. I just didn't feel safe.
Is there anything that we can get you besides that? We don't want the meat to be red like, it's still mooing.
I'm ticked off. I don't think that last burger was undercooked.
Kagan, let me tell you something. If we were in a restaurant right now, we'd get this shut down.
Yes, ma'am.
And my line, it's 15 of us. We're all business owners. We're all entrepreneurs. And I'm standing there. I'm like, what the fuck did I get myself into?
Yeah.
This is not what I got myself into. So, like, between takes, I went over. By the way, none of it is scripted.
Oh, okay.
None of it is fucking scripted.
That was going to be one of my questions because I don't want to say been part of shows, but on the back end I've seen some shit and they have to like redo this and redo that. Like, we want you to say it this way. And all.
So did they not tell you what was going to happen that day? You just showed
Oh no, you don't even know what the fucking challenge is.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
They take your phone away from you. They take your laptop away from you because they want equity across the board. They don't want somebody to have an advantage.
But just during the recording, not like
no
the whole 2 months.
If you're doing no, so what would happen is, let's say we're going on set and we're going to get a new challenge. You got to give your phone in. You got to give your laptop in. They did a whole collection and they hold on to it. You get back to the hotel after being on set. You don't get your cell phone. You don't get your laptop. You're in fucking isolation.
Wow.
And then you're at the hotel. And I think they said this.
Did you have to pay for the porn on the hotel TV?
Sorry, Fox. But a man's got to be a man.
This guy racked up $4,000.
Update your policies.
Oh, dude.
But so I go to Gordon during a off, between takes, and I'm like, "Excuse me, can I get a moment of your time?"
Mm-hmm.
And he's got a bodyguard on set, and this is the first episode. I remember the first time, like I'm in a beach hut, I'm fish out of doing shit, and all of a sudden I had no idea Gordon was going to pop up.
Mm-hmm.
We're elevated, and his head just pops up, and my first words to Gordon were, "Holy shit, you have a big head." Holy fuck.
That's not going to make the cut, I don't think, dude.
No.
I don't think that's going to be.
No, actually, production would be like, "Listen, you're cursing a little too much." And I'm like, I get it. It's his show.
I think that would be his problem. My problem. Be like, hey, you're using the word gay.
I'm like,
yeah,
if you cuss more than me.
Yeah.
Like, I would openly, like, I've been on conference calls with Gordon, and he's such a great guy. And I'm like, he'll fucking bust my balls. And I go fuck off. All right?
Nice.
Go fuck off.
Yeah.
But like in between the takes, I went over to the bodyguard. Bodyguard like, and I'm like, listen, look at me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to stab him. I'm not going to beat him up.
His head is bigger than my whole fucking torso.
Yeah.
I just want to have like.
Is he a tall dude?
Yeah, he's a big dude, and he's an athletic dude.
Okay.
And so he used to play like semi-pro soccer or whatever, and real fucking sharp dude.
Yeah.
And very boom, boom, boom. Now here's the other advantage that he's got. He's got a fucking earpiece. I'm giving you guys too much information.
Yeah. So
it's not me versus Gordon one-on-one.
Yeah.
It's a fucking trailer full of fucking people and Gordon versus me.
Bro. That's like, what was that movie with, was it Roxanne? With Steve Martin?
Yeah.
Where he's trying to get,
and
he's got
the long nose.
the dorky, the like dumb firefighter dude.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Yeah, telling him like all the
poetic shit, and then it taps out, and he's just
that's how I got my girlfriend,
your
dude.
sweat.
Set a little earpiece in, and they're like, dude, tell her she has a sweet ass.
And he's skipping the part that the 2 months of them just chatting and shit was just all chat GBT.
Yeah,
he was just fucking doing that shit.
Yeah, she fell for chat GBT. So going back to the Gordon show, I'm curious, like, so was it mostly cooking, or what were the challenges?
So here's the thing. So cooking was a big part of like all the challenges. So I'm looking at this, I'm like, I'm fucked.
Because you're not like a trained chef, right?
No, I was the one person on the show without any culinary experience.
Wow.
So the one line that I would be like, people would be like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I cook fucking drugs. I don't cook food."
Yeah.
All right.
You're
you
like,
want to come into the lab? I told Gordon this one time. I'm like, "You want to come into the lab and let me yell at you while you fuck around?
Yeah.
Like, let's go play on my playground."
Yeah.
And so like I go up to him. I'm like, "Hey, listen, I deal with high net worth people, celebrities, athletes all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of you like everybody else.
Yeah.
And as well as you can dish it, I can dish it right back to you. And so I'm here to gain visibility for a technology that I've devoted the last decade of my life to. I've been at this since at the age of 10.
Nice.
Okay. So let's just have some mutual professional courtesy for one another. Because my fear was I was going to blow up on him for some stupid shit, and then it was going to make me look like an asshole,
and then
my
seen.
Yeah, and then my technology is going to be bastardized because of that in the marketplace, in the public's eye. And so, and I said, and by the way, I've seen Mike Tyson's dick within 2 feet of my face. That shit's scary. You're not scary.
You're not scary.
And he looks at me, he goes, and he just walks away. And I just stood there, and I was like, wow. He probably either thinks I'm the biggest douchebag on the planet,
or he respects you,
or he respects me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, or I gained his respect.
Well, it's like, it's like the law of the jungle, man. It's like, animals can smell fear, and when and when you don't have fear, they're like, okay.
Yeah,
I'll go over here.
Episode 4. If you go to Hulu, it streams on Hulu, and I get put on a team, and I got 2 gourmet chefs. 2 bitches on the team that they're nice. I don't want to say they're bitches, all right? But they're nice, okay? To each other, they were bitches, okay? And they're arguing with each other. The 2 gourmet chefs are fucking reverse searing and this and that. I'm standing there, I'm like, what the fuck is reverse searing? I don't have my phone to look shit up. So I can't even be like, what the fuck are they talking about? So I can't like Google what it is they're saying.
So isn't that when you like cook the inside and then you sear it at the end?
Apparently. I never really looked it up. But anyway, so they're fighting with each other.
Yeah.
And I'm standing there, I'm like, I'm going to make the hummus. How about that?
Grind some garbanzo
and
beans
so,
over here.
My dad's Turkish. And so, my middle name is Hassan. Even I'm a spick turban head. And so, like, I go over to the station. I start making hummus. The cameras come over. They're like, have you ever made hummus before? Nope. I've eaten a lot of hummus. So hopefully
I know what hummus should taste like.
And I'm like making the hummus, and I'm like, hopefully my dad loves me again if I do a good job at this.
Loves me again. Yeah. When did he last love you?
Yeah. I don't know, probably 1987.
Oh, God.
And then when the fucking mushroom haircut came out, he was like, you're a fag.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
My dad always. My dad was militant. He would I have 2 younger brothers, and my mom always had us all like dressed the same and everything. And my dad's like a badass fucking Turkish guy.
Nice.
He's badass. His fucking rap sheet is like fucking War and Peace times 2. And just the only other person I've ever met with bigger hands than my father was Mike Tyson. Like my father's hands are like cinder blocks. And he's he's like 86 now. And he's just still a tough motherfucker.
That's what my dad is.
He's just a tough motherfucker.
Yeah. Shaking your dad's hand, I'm just like, squirreled on that. But
my dad in the middle of the night would like come sneak into our rooms with a pair of scissors trying to
cut
cut our
your hair?
fucking hair. And he's like, I wanted I didn't want faggots. And I'd be like,
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to talk about like child trauma? Your dad with a pair of fucking scissors in the middle of the night cutting your
Yeah, I didn't have to worry about the middle. My dad's a barber. He was in the Navy, and they were going to, like, you know, for a job. You had to volunteer for certain jobs, this and that.
Yeah.
And they're like, who knows how to cut hair? And my dad's like, fuck, I'm in the Navy. People are just going to be shaving their heads. He's like, yeah, I fucking know how to cut hair. So his job was doing that shit, and he didn't have to do any other real grunt work for a job on the ship.
Yeah,
and
that's
did
not
all that.
bad.
So then he learned how to be a legitimate barber, and he owned barber shops my entire fucking
Well,
life.
dude, how hard is it to
But
cut
he never
dude's
let
hair?
me groom my hair out. Ever. I've never had to pay for a haircut my entire life because of my
That's
dad
good.
and then my
Yeah.
sister. But I was never allowed to grow my hair out until like junior high, and it wasn't even.
Dude, my hair's the longest. Well, this year I just got it cut today, but I never had my hair this long my entire life. Never. I mean, dude, I didn't even have a cool mullet, dude. We had flat tops.
It was flat tops.
It was flat tops, dude.
Or you did the Jonathan Taylor Thomas haircut.
Yeah.
It was either flat top or Jonathan Taylor
Yeah.
Thomas. There was like no in
bob.
between.
Like
I had a bowl cut at one point. I think my 8th grade picture, 7th or 8th, is just me with a bowl cut,
Yeah.
just looking like a total douche. It's like chubby little.
When did you come over from the East Coast?
07.
Okay.
So I finished the tour. I was on the road for 2 months doing a tour of all the improvs, part of the Finding Tom tour. So when I started, so give you some background. So when I started stand up, I pissed off a lot of people.
Okay. In a good way or bad way?
In a bad way.
Oh.
Everybody's like, you're ruining your life. What
You?
the fuck? Yeah, me? Go. You have a dictionary in this room? Like, look up self-destructive. My face in this tank top is
Seriously.
right there.
Fuck yes.
And so I was like 19. I'm at Cornell. I'm American Chemical Society scholar. I just finished doing research in the Department of Aerospace and Engineering, developing biologically based nanorobots. I specifically was taking the protein that extends out from HIV to our white blood cells.
Okay.
The way it gets activated, there's a change of pH. So I was extracting that protein and then manipulating the pH. So now you have this motion. So that's the building block of an actuator. So we're building self-replicating, self-maintaining nanorobots. And so I go to Cornell. I think it's miserable. I'm burnt out. At this point, I've been doing science for 10 years. I've been working in a lab for 8.
Okay.
And I just go, I don't want to
Fuck
fucking
you.
do this shit. I want to be a stand-up comic. I saw Robin Williams' HBO special. I saw John Leguizamo's one-man show.
Oh my God, that was amazing.
You liked it?
Yeah.
I watched it, and I was like, I could do that.
Yeah.
Like every other person that thinks they could do stand-up, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck.
Is that the one when he's acting out like his family members?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And so I said, I'm dropping out of college. I'm going to be a stand-up comic.
God.
And my roommate, who's Jewish, God bless you, John Cutler. No last names.
We'll get it. We can.
He's my roommate. He's my roommate. And he's actually a board member for my company now. Because they
Nice.
say if you want to be successful in life, you have to surround yourself with successful New York Jews.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
So he looks at me. He's like, dude, you're working with house money. Kids from the projects, like, they don't get this opportunity.
Yeah.
You're going to fuck it up. Just get a piece of paper. So I was like, all right, well, what are all the jocks taking? Business? Econ? Can't be that fucking hard.
Right.
All the football players, wrestlers.
Just burn right through it.
So I petitioned to take all my economics courses in like 3 semesters or something, like all my prerequisites and then all my electives and then all the specialty courses. Shit, I could show you how to draw a fucking Chinese communist matrix like nobody's business. That was my elective. Like, learn Chinese communism economics.
Oh my God.
Wow.
And like, it was the most interesting class I had ever taken. And I was like, man, I might be a communist. With a Cuban mom. This shit's fucked up.
Give me a job after college.
So I finished. So I had all this pressure on me. So I started stand-up when I was 19 in New York. And then after I graduated, I got in full-time. And I'm exchanging, my time in terms of like seating people, plunging toilets, bartending, anything I could do, waiting tables in exchange for stage time. And so, you know this, the way you start making it is by hanging around the clubs, talking to other comics. That's how opportunities, because the only way you get stage time is if you're good. or if you get
And
credits.
if you know people.
And if you know people,
Yeah.
right? And I'm standing around talking to all the biggest comics in New York at the time, and fucking they're all saying the same shit. Yeah, you just stand around, you just wait. And I'm like, I'm not sitting around and waiting. I go, how long you been waiting? And in the most respectful way possible.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they're like, 10 years? How long you been doing it? 15? And I'm like, and you guys aren't famous? You're not making a living?
Yeah, right.
And so I was like, there's got to be a better fucking way.
Yeah.
So
That's how I feel about it.
I was the first comic really to be an internet comic.
Nice.
I figured that shit out. And then in New York, in 6 months, I went from seating, bartending, doing all that shit, to now producing 6 of my own shows. I was making fucking good money. And then I'm going on tour. And then, like, I got popular on MySpace. So I was a MySpace celebrity.
Okay.
And I was one of the first, like, YouTube hits.
You're branding yourself.
I'm branding myself. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, shit. People are showing up to the clubs, and they don't want the comic who's been doing it for 20 years. They're coming in asking for Chris Kanik.
Nice.
And I created this whole, like, thing about me. And I would make fun of my family. I was like the bad boy fucking genius comic kind of thing with a germ phobia, you know?
You got
Like-
that Howie Mandel shit?
Yeah. Well, I had one girlfriend for 8 years.
Don't wear gloves.
I had one girlfriend for 8 years, and I broke up with her. She was going to Brown Medical School, and I was like, this is not a life that for her. Like,
Yeah.
this is just crazy.
She's gonna be
I'd
out of her
only been with
element.
one girl. I'm a nerd. I'm a fucking nerd.
Damn, you're more Mormon than I was.
Oh, yeah. And
And that's fucking Mormon.
yeah. And so, like, I got in, I went from being like 220, 250 to now
Damn.
I dropped down to like 140, 138.
250, that just registered.
Yeah, 250.
Okay.
I was 250 throughout high school and
Dude.
college. I played football and I wrestled in high school.
Nice.
Dude, that's thick, bro.
Yeah.
That's thick.
If I showed you pictures of me in high school, like I look like a pocket Rob Gronkowski. Like I got no
Like a
neck.
Funko- a Funko?
My chest is like this. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, just boom.
That's
and
awesome.
and you know, they would just sit me at the line. I was a center, and no one could get lower than me.
No.
And then you're pushing 250. That's low down to the ground, and so you know that's another
like
story.
that's like was that the UCLA quarterback? He was really
Quarterback?
short. Jones Drew.
That's the running back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Did I say
Maurice
quarterback?
Jones
Yeah,
Drew.
running back.
I've got a
Maurice
funny
shit.
story with him.
That dude was short, but he was he was stout.
He's stout.
He was good.
There's
I
the
was
word.
I was at Thursday Night Football. I had to fly out to go have a meeting with the FDA and Big Tobacco for when I was working with Tyson. And now I'm in the owner's box. So we show up, and I told the CEO at the time, I said, listen, I just got back from Tennessee. If you want me to be in Miami, go fly private jets and be on Thursday Night Football with Mike in the owner's box, I have to bring my wife.
Okay.
Because if you want the next 6 weeks of my life to be productive, she has to come.
Be cool with it.
Because I'm going to Miami, then I'm going to Jacksonville,
Yeah.
and I'm flying private jets with Mike. She's going to fucking blow. And so she came with me. Cool. She had no idea who Mike Tyson was or like
what.
So we're driving in the van. Mike's in front of us with his wife, and I looked at her. We're going up to the stadium, and I looked at her. I said, "Listen, whatever fucking happens here, whatever anybody says, put your head down and keep fucking walking."
Yeah.
Okay. So we get out. She goes, "Why? Why?" I said, "Don't ask questions, please.
Just go.
Just
with
go.
It. Just go with it.
All it takes is one goofy white guy who's tailgating and be like, "Oh, that's Mike Tyson."
Yeah.
We were swarmed, hundreds
Yeah.
of people. They were pushing people out of the front office.
Mm-hmm.
One little fucking little black lady with a fanny pack snuck in with us. And she's like, "Wow,
Got it.
great." And I'm like, look at the front office. And I'm like, she ain't with us. She ain't with us.
Yeah.
So we go through the tunnel. We're on the field. The mascot comes out with the whole tattoo. They play In the Air Tonight.
Nice.
All the players start shifting over to our side. And I'm on the field in a suit and this and that. And all the players want to meet Mike.
Yeah.
I remember she's like, "What's the big deal?" And I went, "He's the most recognized face on the fucking planet.
Yeah.
Forever.
He's a celebrity among celebrities."
It's like him,
Dude,
Michael
he's-
fucking
he's-
Jackson.
Yeah.
Dude.
I mean, dude, he was the most
Michael Jordan.
interesting. He was the
Bro.
most interesting boxer ever, dude. I mean, he came out. I was watching the Cars. Was it Cars and Coffee with Jerry Seinfeld,
Yeah,
him and
Seinfeld.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
And Eddie Murphy was saying that when Mike came out, it didn't have a song. It was just one note.
Yeah.
Just one note, dude. And he has a towel over him, dude.
That was it.
And he had like black, like shoes, no socks, and like black shorts.
Yeah.
And he just came out, dude. And guys, like, I remember when he fought Spinks.
Yeah.
And Spinks was scared.
93 seconds.
Yes, Spinks was scared.
Massive individuals that are just afraid of this guy.
And he's like 5'10", like 215, just all muscle.
All muscle. And you've heard me do stand-up, and you've heard some of the stories.
Yeah.
But so, like, we go in, now we're going to Maurice Jones-Drew. They retired his number that night.
Okay.
We're the owner's box. I'm sitting right here. I'm in a suit. Mike's sitting behind me. My wife at the time. And the cons are sitting right next to my wife. She has no idea who these fucking people are. I'm like, yeah, they just funded our human clinical study that we're doing on CBD, and I just met with the FDA and big tobacco.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go get a cup of coffee. She goes, I'll come with you. So now I'm standing at the buffet, and my ex-wife, she's 6'1". Maurice Jones, he's in the owner's box, and he's standing behind, and I could feel him just staring. And he's maybe like an inch taller than me.
Yeah.
I still have the picture in my camera phone, and he looks at me, and he looks at her. He looks at me, he looks at her, and he goes, man, you're a confident motherfucker.
You're like, that's right.
And I went,
that's right.
That's the nicest compliment any black man has ever given me. Thank you. And I'm like, can I take a selfie with you to commemorate this moment?
Yes.
And it's like, and obviously my ex-wife, no idea who the fuck she's talking to, even though they just retired his fucking number.
Yeah. Oblivious
To all this shit. And so that's my story. But going back to stand-up, I had this idea. I'm like, so at one point on MySpace, they had a comedy section, and the most followed, friended comics, Dane Cook. Dane Cook. But Dane Cook had been doing it for like 15 years by that point. Carlos Mencia, who was super hot at the time. Dave Chappelle.
Of course.
And then me.
What the? Nice.
And there was no like Facebook or Instagram and all that shit. And News Corp that owns Fox just bought MySpace for $500 million, and that was a big fucking deal. And then I feel anytime I don't feel like I'm moving forward in a momentum or a trajectory, I get frustrated, and I'm like, I got to figure something out
quick.
Like, how do I fucking blow up even more? And I'm like, all right, News Corp, and I was reading articles, doesn't know how to monetize this fucking asset that they bought for $500 million. That's coffee change these days.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, let's create original content and a TV show called Finding Tom, because the one thing that connects the hundreds of millions of people on this platform is Tom from MySpace, and nobody knows if he's real or not. There's just this Aunt Jemima picture.
Really?
He automatically becomes your first friend. So I created this concept along with another comic, and I was like, let's go cross-country, test this concept of friendship.
Yeah.
This is before catfishing was a term.
Yeah.
It's before there was Wi-Fi.
It's like 2007, you said?
2007.
Yeah.
So I had like a satellite disc that I put in my computer, and we'd be driving cross country. We'd shoot content. I'd go in the back seat because at the time I didn't know how to drive. So I was like,
what?
I'm like 21 and 22, and I'm like, in New York, you don't need to drive.
No.
And so I'm editing content, and I'm posting in real time, doing bulletins and shit. And hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of people are like fucking commenting and shit like that. It was supposed to be a TV show, but the producers that were representing me out in Los Angeles, they were trying to like cut me out. And I'm a shithead 21-year-old.
Yeah.
So and the attorney that was representing me, God bless him, after Food Stars, I reached out to him and I said, hey, thank you. If it wasn't for you, I would have never made it out to California, because Jeff Cohen, who played Chunk in The Goonies.
Yeah.
What? Like, I jumped on a conference call once. I'm such an asshole.
Hell yeah.
I'm 21, and he's like, hey, you guys. And I was like, Jeff, that's not your line.
Yeah.
That's why you never made it.
You're like, hey, you're going to live with me now.
Yeah, hey, you're going to live with me now. Yeah. And so I come out, I'm on the road for 2 months, and the problem was, like, the more we went on the road, the uglier the footage became.
Okay.
Like, people catfishing.
Yeah.
Like, guys pretending to be girls, and then you show up and they're like in their fucking basement, runaways.
Whoa.
Like hookers, all sorts of weird shit.
Okay, now you're talking.
And I was like, but we opened up at all the improvs cross country. And then of all places, I was supposed to meet Tom at MySpace headquarters in Beverly Hills at the time. It was next to the AOL building. Tom wasn't there. I get super pissed off. I'm wearing a shirt that says MySpace celebrity. It's red. I got a mohawk. I sit Indian style outside the building. I said, I'm not fucking leaving until I fucking see Tom. Fuck you people.
Nice.
I get fucked up. I won't go into details because, again, I signed an NDA.
Ah, man.
My manager, I was repped by ICM at the time. I signed some crazy Backstreet Boy NSYNC contract.
Deal to where they own you.
They picked me up. I'm like, what? Because Beverly Hills Cop shows up. The cops showed up. And I told my brother came with me. He was a camera guy. I go across the street. That's public fucking property.
Yeah.
And fucking videotape this. I was told if this footage ever aired, it would be the end of you.
No.
That's what I was told by my reps. And so they're like, where do you want to go? I'm 21. I open up my laptop. I put a bulletin and I go, I was just tased outside of MySpace headquarters. Who wants to buy me a beer at Hooters? They dropped me off at the Hooters on Hollywood Boulevard.
Nice.
I don't think it's there anymore.
Yeah.
I'd say almost 100 fucking girls showed up.
Wow.
I get plastered. And then that night, it was me, Doug Benson, Daniel Tosh, and Sarah Silverman at the Hollywood Improv.
What the fuck?
Wow.
And I get up on stage and I'm like,
Hey.
and they brought all this industry people to come see me. That was my moment, and I fucked it up. And I'm on stage, and I was like, you know what I hate?
Oh, no.
Jews. Because in my mind, I knew, like, everybody in the audience is Jew.
God.
I love Jew. Like, you know, it's not anything. But I was so out of my mind.
Now when you're wasted.
And I was, like, fucked in the head because I'd just been on the road for 2 months. I saw shit that would turn you black.
Yes.
Like, it was fucking crazy, the shit that I saw. And I was just like a nerd.
Coming out of his shell.
Yeah. And then of all places, I end up in Ladera Ranch.
Oh, what the?
I know.
To
Ladera Ranch.
Because a girl from Ladera came out to New York December 28th, 2006 for New Year's Eve. She was in the front row. I did 25 minutes at the Broadway Comedy Club. I was the closer. She was hammered. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to be in L.A. And I'm bantering back and forth. I'm like, shut the fuck up, please. And she's like, oh, I live in L.A. I'm going to be in L.A. in 6 months. I had no concept of the difference between Orange County and L.A.
and Ladera. Yeah.
I had no concept.
Yeah.
So
there's an L.A. in Ladera.
Yeah, exactly.
That's with L.A.
L.A., yeah. So I end up in Ladera, and I look around. I'm like, I didn't know they made places like this.
Yeah.
I'm fucking moving here.
Dude, it's
literally a month later, one suitcase, I moved to Ladera. And I lived there since 2007.
It looks like the set of a movie, like Smallville.
The first morning, I'm like, I'm going to go get a cup of coffee. Oh, I'll drive. I'll go walk. No. So I'm walking through Ladera, going to the gas station to get a cup of coffee, and some lady with bolts on her chest and blonde and lips, and she's walking her dog. And she goes, hey, how are you? And I remember walking, and I turned around, and I looked at her, I go, why the fuck do you give a shit?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
people are nice there.
Yeah. I remember
white.
I remember the first time going to New York, dude, and like I'm walking down the street and I just get bumped like crazy, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like where I come from, people be like, oh, excuse me, but no, it's like there. It's like there's so many people.
Dude, in New York, even our homeless people have shit to do. You could be on an escalator not moving, and they'd be like, hey, get the fuck out of it. It's a homeless guy. It's like,
you're in my fucking space.
Yeah, you're fucking. I got shit to do.
That's funny.
No.
So that's what happened, and then I got burnt out doing comedy, and then I just quit. I invented a technology.
And then so do you have any stories that you can share about Tyson, whom now I know you and I spoke about some mutual friends before we did all this.
Yeah.
And I've heard some pretty cool shit about Tyson as well. But do you have any entertaining stories that you're allowed to tell that would be written in?
Yeah.
I don't
mean,
wanna...
Yeah. I mean, for all 20 of our listeners.
Yeah. Well, I do it on stage, but like, man.
So wait, how long have you known him now?
Shit, I think like 2019 was when I first met him.
Okay.
Because I was quietly doing cannabis research because of the technology that I developed. And I was like, it was meant to be a drug delivery system, but I didn't want to go through all the FDA clinical, so I went into food and beverage.
Okay.
Lower barrier to entry. And then I start watching the news of what's going on in Colorado and Washington, and then how they're testing edibles and they're not testing right. I said, I could solve that problem.
Okay.
And I don't have to deal with the FDA. And if I solve that problem, it'll open up a lot of other doors for me. What I wasn't banking on was I'm not a cannabis guy, never smoked, and wasn't a drug guy. And now I'm just researching cannabis all fucking day long. I'm in the lab fucking playing around with it.
Who are your test subjects? Like, how does that even?
I would just give it out to people.
Open your mouth.
Yeah, people are like, "Yo, shit, you got weed?" I'm like, "Yeah." Apparently, I made some really good fucking weed.
Nice,
like pure shit. When they brought me on to Tyson specifically, I got a phone call one day. And I was like, "Hey, we got big tobacco coming in. Can you answer some science questions?" I'm like, "Sure, no problem." So I end up in a room. Mike's watching cannibals eat people on YouTube on a big screen. I'm sitting and looking at my watch, and I'm like, this is not a good use of my time. Then LL Cool J walks in. So I'm sitting on a couch just like this. Mike's sitting right here. LL sitting to my right. They started talking about crazy fucking shit from the 80s and high-fiving each other over my head.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
making it
man,
really
this is
big.
the most fucked up Oreo cookie I've ever been a part of. And then the C-suite flew
sandwich.
in. They flew in. Yeah, an idiot sandwich. Oh, it was going to be more than just an idiot sandwich. But Mike was always so nice to me. So sweet. And I remember one time we had to go drive up to Modesto to go have a meeting with a wine company. And they wanted to take their underperforming grape property and convert it to hemp.
Okay.
To capitalize on this emerging market. So they wanted me to come with them. I looked at flights. I was like, shit, it's the day before. I don't want to do that. I said, if you guys are driving that day and then driving back, I'll just drive with you.
Okay.
So I go meet. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. I go meet, get in a big fucking Escalade, sit in the back seat like a kidnapped Syrian child. We go pick up Mike in Newport, because at the time that's where he was living. And I don't say a fucking word. Mike gets into the car. He's like, hey, everybody, a neck pillow. Nobody says a fucking word. We finally get to Modesto, and and Mike has to piss. So when Mike needs something, you fucking listen. So we stopped at a 7-Eleven gas station. He's the first one out. I get up. It's like they just called ICE. You had like 50 fucking Mexican contractors, landscapers running. Oye, Mike Tyson está aquí. Oye, blah, blah, blah. They're all lining up outside the bathroom waiting for a fucking picture with Mike. I'm so desensitized at this point about everything that's going on and all this shit. So I go in, I'm getting my cup of coffee. Mike's taking pictures with guys. It's one of those weird things when you're standing there and Mike is looking at you from any direction, you could feel it. So I could feel him staring at me. So he's taking a picture. He like looks, and I turn around. And he goes, "Wait, that's my guy." He's got his arm around 2 Mexican dudes, and he's like, "That's my guy." Quith, where'd you come from? And I go, "Are you out of your fucking mind?
Like, I've been with you the whole fucking time.
I've been in the car the whole fucking time." And Mike goes, "Oh man, Quith, you're so evil. You're like an evil man, baby. So sinister, so evil." He picks me up. He twirls me around in the middle of the 7-Eleven. He gives me a hug. And he goes, "Man, you're so evil, Chris." And I'm like, oh, in that moment, I realized I'm Mike Tyson's trunk monkey. I'm like, fuck. And then I go to the counter. I just put $5. I'm like, all right, I'm out. All these guys, they're excited to see Mike. Mike gets excited to see me. One guy goes, "Hey, man, who are you?" And I'm like, "Hey, Mike, who am I?" He goes, "Oh, man, Quith, you're my scientist."
You're my scientist.
You're my scientist.
My scientist.
So we go to Miami, that trip that I was telling you.
Yeah.
We're in Miami, and I get a phone call. We take the red eye. I'm half Cuban, so you can't get any Cuban food in Southern California.
No.
So
There is some, but it's
not good.
Not. It's like,
Yeah,
There's a
LA.
place I've been in Long Beach that's okay, but
You got to go to LA.
yeah, it seemed like Dominican food.
Yeah. And I've been to all the spots. The best places in LA. And so
How's Havana in at Spectrum?
I'm going to keep my comments to myself.
Smart.
It's okay.
It's not good.
Yeah, I've eaten there a few times, but I mean,
Oh,
I've been to Cuba too, and I mean,
Oh, there you go.
yeah.
And there's no
I've been
food
to
there.
I've been to Havana.
Like
actual
eating
Havana.
imaginary food
Yeah,
in Cuba,
yeah.
and you're like, Peter
No,
Pan.
La Ropa Vieja is
You
like
gotta go to,
Yeah.
to Florida. Right? Miami.
Yeah, you got to go to
or
Miami.
actual Cuba.
Or actual
Yeah.
Cuba.
Nah.
But you got to
Yeah.
bring your own food in the carry-on.
So I
But-
want to know about you were saying earlier about blowing your chance or a video that would come out that would ruin it for you.
Mhm.
There's another video you told me about, or that Chad actually told me about, that you're in.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Is that the one that you were telling me about?
No, it's a
Which
video.
one?
The one in the shower.
Oh, with Warren G?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shirtless. Is that real?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yes, dude. Is it possible to get a copy of that to see it? Can we show
Yeah.
the podcast?
So I'm out. Yeah, I'm out here, and I get involved with a production company, and I become an investor, and then I help write this script. And then they're like, yeah, we're going to put you in as the comic in there. You're going to be the goofy guy. And I'm like, sure, great. So I'm the goofy white guy in bed with like all these Playboy models. And then I'm like, they're like, hey, it's for a male enhancement product.
Nice.
And they're like, hey, honey, you remember when yeah, one of those. Yeah. And
the gas station stuff.
And like we shot like 5 different videos. And one of them is like, I go to the bathroom to like freak out. And there's Warren on the toilet. And he's like, did you take your Affirm XL? And he gives me a pill.
Oh my God.
And like, I remember the pinnacle of my life at that point, VH1 did 40 most shocking hip hop moments.
Mm-hmm.
And we were number 16 on the show.
Hell yeah.
And they put me on the show, and I'm one of the talking heads. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, shit. As a kid from the Northeast, like grew up right outside of fucking Manhattan, out of New York City, I'm like, I'm on the same list as Biggie died. I fucking made it.
Big time. Hell yeah, you
made.
Number 16, Warren G's hard work.
Did you guys know that Warren G is a boner genie?
It's Affirm XL and the place to be. I want you to call that number at the count of 3.
Certain men have a hard time regulating a regular erection.
Warren G, didn't I tell you to take your Affirm XL? Now look at you.
Warren G was just popping up in the shower with the male enhancement and the soap, like, I'm here to help you.
I wrote the commercial, and the idea was just to break the stigma behind erectile dysfunction, behind male enhancement products, and just try to make it fun and loose.
As if doing ED ads wasn't outrageous enough, Warren appeared in one spot on the dumper.
What are you doing here? What does it look like I'm doing here?
So Warren G is sitting on the toilet, and some dude comes in, and he's like, I need some help, and Warren G goes behind his back and pulls out male enhancement from his ass.
You need to take your Affirm XL.
Out your ass? Really?
And regulate.
Who doesn't want a 6'4" black man offering them a male enhancement product out of their butthole?
I'm a cool guy.
Warren doesn't have a problem, but he still uses Affirm XL. If you smoke that much kush, you're gonna need a male enhancement product.
If it keeps you up longer, I try it out.
Where's it at?
Yeah.
So shirtless in the shower with Warren G and Nate Dogg. Is that what it was?
No, not Nate Dogg.
Just
Warren G.
Okay.
So Chad, who is the manager at Left Coast, where we just our little brewery, Left Coast, where we do our Monday night open mics, and there's like 12 people in there, and it's the same people every week. Wasn't his dad that shot that or something?
His dad was involved. And was there the production day, and Chad was there.
Yeah, as
a kid, he was like 12 years old.
Yeah,
and there's these like girls walking around in bikinis, and I'm just like a goofy like 24-year-old, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is good, and I'm like trying to be the adult, and I'm like, all right, this is the shot we're gonna take. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. I'm like, we're running out of time. Let's go do this. We shot at the Ritz-Carlton.
Yeah. Laguna Niguel, the one by Salt Creek.
Right here.
That's right. That's right where I grew up. He lives right there right now.
Where I live.
Well, here's a side story to that. We remixed. I sat at a bar with Warren. We had the CEO of the company had a brilliant idea to promote the product, to have Warren write a theme song for Hangover 2.
Oh.
So I worked to get the okay from Warner Brothers, Capitol, Seegers Camp. I was in the studio with Warren, did the whole thing, and at the end of it, he's like, nah, cuz. Nah. All the Warren fans are going to think it's corny. And I looked at him.
God.
I remember I looked at him, and I was so incensed that I went, what fucking Warren fans?
Oh, no.
I'm like, do you realize how much work I did to put this all fucking together? So I think there's like maybe 3 people on the planet that have a copy of that song.
Dude.
And it was a good song. I have it on my phone.
That would have rebooted him.
No, and then TMZ put us on as the opening.
Oh, okay.
For a show. I forget what day of the week it was. And Warren got pissed off, and it was on the same day that his Nate Dogg tribute album came out.
Mm.
And everybody, all like
Paid
the
attention to
adults,
that.
all the adults were afraid to talk to Warren because they didn't want to get the heat. So like, Chris, go talk to Warren.
Mm-mm.
So I'm like, fuck, all right, because they know I'm like used to dealing with like fucking people like that. You know, I grew up in the project.
I can hang out with people.
Yeah,
We're good. We're good.
And so I'm talking to him. I'm trying to stay cool the whole fucking time. He's like, he's threatening, cursing me out. I'm like, listen, I don't control TMZ. Once it's out there, it's out there. And then he goes, yo, cuz y'all got to stall, or I'm going to come over there. I'm going to crime you. And you got to understand, he was like my neighbor. He lived a couple blocks away from me. So then I stopped, and that fucking triggered me. And I go, hold on a second.
Crime me.
Did you just use a noun as a verb to threaten me? You fucking dumbass. That's why your brother's a fucking billionaire.
Oh, good.
Fuck.
Dude.
A noun?
Yeah. Did you use a noun as a verb?
I got so pissed off.
It's like Smurf.
Yeah.
Yeah, go Smurf yourself.
Yeah, go Smurf yourself. Yeah. So, yeah, I got a bunch of Warren stories.
Ridiculous.
In that trip in Miami, this is Mike Tyson. I realized he thought I was a child. He didn't know I was a grown man.
That's like what's the guy that
Hezbollah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did the same thing. He's like holding him and like pinching his cheeks and stuff.
And that video came out. I got maybe 100 text messages of people like,
Thought it was you?
Yeah, they're like, oh, this is you and Mike together.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
just clown, like making a joke.
making a joke
Have you
about
seen
it.
that with Mike?
No, I've never even heard of it.
It's Hezbollah, right? The guy.
Yeah, Hezbollah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's.
Hezbollah.
Have you seen that little guy?
No.
He's a full grown man. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, not a full grown, but he's an adult man. But
Yeah.
he's like he's got to be under 4 feet tall, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. He's got a condition.
Yeah, I mean but it's not dwarfism. It's something else.
Something else.
But
it's like some weird thing that they
Yeah.
have in the
Like
mountains.
the mini-me guy? What
No, it's a different thing than mini-me.
yeah, he might be a little bit bigger than Mini-Me. I don't know, but he looks like a child.
He looks like a child.
Yeah,
and he sounds
looks
like a child.
Yes.
Like he
He has a very high pitched voice.
He squeaks.
When you squeeze him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you squeeze him. He's like,
And I think like the Nelk boys did a bunch of stuff with him and kind of
yeah, because he's one of those Kazakhstani
yeah.
fuckers, and so like
Yes.
he's part of like the whole UFC. So
Okay.
you get these
like
badass,
Chechnya or something like that.
yeah, like you get these like badass UFC guys that just get on their knees and let him punch them in the
Yeah,
face, hardcore. And he's like he gives him 2 pieces and a biscuit, and he's
And,
like,
and Mike Tyson met him and he like picked him up,
Picked
dude,
him
like
up.
carried him
Yeah,
like a baby. Dude.
Look what I got. Look what I got.
and his belly and shit, and doing
He's
shit
playing
like
him
that.
like with like he's a 4-year-old.
We're in Miami. Mike's sitting right next to me, and he looks at me. He goes, I got a letter. I'm going for Cuban food, and I got a phone call. Hey, what are you doing? I'm getting Cuban food. He goes, well, Mike just got a letter from Harvard. They want his son, and he wants to talk to you about your experience at Harvard. I went, wow, those are a lot of words. I never thought would be in the same sentence.
Right? Mike
I'm
Tyson
like,
and
okay,
Harvard.
I'll be there in about 20 minutes. All right, I'll walk back. So I walk back. I talk about my experience and their, this and that, and the experience of other people that I know, and blah blah blah. So I go open up my laptop. Mike's sitting right next to me. Mike turns around. He's like, "Make with, you're so smart. What do you want to do when you grow up?"
When you grow up?
So I turn to him. I look at him. I go, "I just want to be in a room with Mike Tyson."
There you go.
And then I go back to working. Don't even skip a beat. And Mike looks at me. He's like, "Oh, man, Quith, you're doing it. You're doing it." Like he just fucking granted a make-a-wish. One day we're sitting down
Simple
and
mind.
they're showing memes of Mike. And there's one like, y'all something, blah. I forget what the line was. And Mike's like, I never said that. And he was really bothered. He's like,
no.
I never said that, because they put it in quotations. And I looked at him, I go, Mike, you're from Brooklyn, right? Or the Bronx or wherever. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, so I'm around the same area. Do we talk like that? You ever heard a New Yorker or a guy from New Jersey say y'all?
Right.
We don't talk like that. No. And he's like, yeah, make with you so smart. That's why you're my scientist.
This is my science.
You're my scientist.
That's
I love
it.
that. That's fucking hilarious. That's why.
But he was great. He was always great. During COVID, he wore a Smart Cup shirt when he made his I'm Back video. And literally that day, I'm getting chewed out by my ex-wife saying I work too much. My phone's blowing up. I'm sitting there just taking it like a fucking man, not saying a fucking word because I just wanted to be over with so I could like go to my office.
Yeah.
And like we got like 20,000 fucking emails that day.
Nice. Just from a shirt.
And everybody
Wow.
wanted to buy, where can I buy that shirt? Where can I buy that shirt? And I just walked into an office and I said, figure out how to make shirts.
You're like,
We're
apparently I'm
making
in the
money off of
shirt
shirts."
business now.
I'm in the
Yeah.
shirt business. We're making shirts.
Where can I get one?
Wow.
Yeah, smartcups.com.
I saw a shirt today that I've kind of played around. I have like a print-on-demand shirt company that I haven't really done anything with, but
I've started off strong.
Yeah,
Started off strong.
it did. But I'm super ADHD and I get distracted really easily. But anyways, I saw a shirt today that said, abstinence is 99.99% effective. And then it had a scene of the nativity.
Oh, man.
Oh.
I was like, yes.
That's good.
Yes.
That's
yes.
good.
It's like, I'd sell that.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
great. I love that.
Yep.
So,
Well, yeah, man. This is fun. What do we got? We've been at this for about an hour, you guys.
That's it.
We're still, like I said, when I talked to Chris about this, he's like, well, what's your podcast about? And I said, well, first of all, my podcast is about me not knowing the hell what I'm doing and figuring out how to do a podcast.
Yeah.
Basically. But yeah, I mean,
we're getting there.
We've come a long way, man. I actually had a huge desk in here. I built this desk.
did you really?
Yeah, I built it.
You would be eating your knees right now
Yeah.
with the old desk.
I built this desk, you know, I mean, it's not like super extravagant, but it does the job.
It does the job. You don't need anything fucking fancy.
And it doesn't quite look like I built it, you know, downstairs, but you know, that's.
I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
there you go.
I watched.
I built one.
I'm impressed by that.
Yeah.
You're a manager. You're a
Yeah.
project manager.
No, I don't know if that looks good.
Yeah.
Measure twice, cut once.
Well,
Yeah.
I asked you, what's
Or
the
10 times.
podcast about? You're like, oh, talk about wrestling stuff.
Yeah, so
that's why I showed up
Yes.
dressed up like I'm
we,
gonna.
we
we
talk about, I mean,
can't.
there's really nothing we don't talk about. I mean,
Yeah,
we've had
we kinda go
serious
across everything.
podcasts, we've had funny ones, we've had just straight comedy ones, we've had, you know.
Yeah, I think part of it is still trying to figure it out. But I mean, really, what it started on was, and I think I brought this to your attention a little bit, was, you know, growing up in the '80s,
Yeah.
things were way different.
Way
you-
different.
I mean, you talked about your dad calling you fag because your haircut and stuff like that. Like, you know, I mean,
You would get your kids taken away from you today.
yeah, exactly,
Oh, dude,
exactly.
my dad,
Exactly.
headlock, used to fuck guys like you in prison. Like
Yeah.
that at 7.
He,
You know?
before you got here, Nick says, "Hey, can I be gay for a second?" And I was like, "A second? You're
Yeah.
yeah,
longer than that.
But so he says something to me like, you know, he sent like, I don't know, 50, 60 people this Instagram message that
Heartfelt.
it was
know.
it was like a heartfelt thing, and he's like, out of all of those people, our other buddy and me, we were the only two people that didn't respond
At all. My two best friends.
Yeah.
Two best friends. It was fucking great. Like, I wouldn't
And-
have it any
yes,
other way. I said,
yes.
if one of you guys would have responded.
Yeah. But I think kind of the initial like goal behind this was, hey, let's laugh. You know,
Yeah.
also me starting off in comedy, we started this beginning of this year. I mean, when I met you, I think I'd been at it for maybe 2 months.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like barely a year in from my first open mic.
Yeah.
And kind of it was like, hey, I would like to use this as a platform to bring in other comcomedians and other people that we meet and
Yeah.
just get to know them, but also like just learning the process of a podcast. But more than anything, it's like I went to therapy pretty heavily at one point in my life, and there was this stigma to therapy my whole life. I mean, I didn't go to therapy till I was like maybe 35.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, no, that's faggot shit. You don't do that. You know, like feelings, that's fucking
Yeah.
gay. You know, and so I did, and I was like, oh, I got some shit in there that I probably got to deal with.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like the way people talk about therapy and stuff like that today, it just doesn't.
Well,
I'm like, no, dude, if you get a little too sensitive, like I'll hear you, I'll validate you, you'll be like, you kind of sound like a fucking pussy right now. Like,
Yeah.
And that's gonna be like, okay, you know,
Yeah.
I feel comfortable with that. And that was kind of like the idea of the vibe that we wanted to get here is like, let's talk about serious shit. You
But
know,
not coddle each other.
but yeah, but
yeah. Like,
but
sorry, man.
but I mean, guys that are, you know, in their 40s and older, you know, Gen X, whatever, you know, millennials ish, not all the millennials.
Well, let me tell you something. I got a gripe because I got 3 kids.
Okay.
Right.
Same.
I grew up
So they're like younger Gen Z, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they grew up in the bubble of the bubble.
Yeah.
In Ladera Ranch. Like, I'm still not, like, I like the weather. I like how clean it is. I like how safe it is, you know, because I don't have to be looking over my shoulder waiting for some Puerto Rican guy to shank me.
Yeah.
You know, shit like that. But at the same time, like, I got into a lot of fights as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, I got into a lot of fights. I had to defend myself. My father, no matter what I did in my life, you're stupid. You're stupid. You're gay. You're stupid. You know? Like,
do you ever feel like your drive and everything is like there's an underlying feeling of like I'm not good enough?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fucking, I'm always trying to one up myself.
Yeah.
Like, and like,
I have the same thing, but I just give up. I'm like, I'm not good enough.
No, dude.
I'm kidding.
That's why last night I canceled my set.
You didn't go?
I didn't go because, like, I'm on the production floor, fucking working.
Yeah.
And I was like, do I go do stand-up and stop this? I got to be back in at 4 o'clock tomorrow.
In the morning.
Brutal. I've been up since 3. I literally left I put in my fucking 9-10 hours today, went to the gym, took a shower, came here. And then as soon as I'm out of here, I'm going to be working. And it's because of that. It's because, like,
drive.
But I'm not looking for my father's validation. I'm not looking for my mom's validation.
I'm looking for my own.
I'm looking for my own.
Yeah.
Like, I have my
Yeah.
own set of standards.
Yep.
And if it wasn't for people who pushed me,
You wouldn't have it.
I wouldn't have that set of standards.
I think there's something to be said about that. I think that, like, I mean, there's the voice in my head, and I think everybody has that voice in our head.
Yeah.
I told my
Not everybody.
No, yeah. Well, but everybody has a voice in their
A
head.
certain type of voice.
A voice in
Certain
their
type
head,
of
right?
voice, yeah.
And I mean, I think realistically, it's one of those things that's if somebody that's constantly telling you that you're not good enough and not good enough, not good enough, I think people can go two ways with that, right? People are like either going to be like, oh,
They crumble.
I'll show you, or they crumble. Yes.
Yeah. When I
But coddling doesn't
solve
give-
anything.
At least telling kids they're not good enough. At least it makes some of them become great. Coddling just makes all of them pussies.
All of them
Yes.
pussies. All of them
Yep.
shitheads.
Yes.
You know, and I think one of the
Yes.
you know when you see a grown man and he's just a fucking worthless piece of shit, like doesn't contribute anything. At least you don't look at me. Thanks, I'm winning at life.
We don't know you well enough.
All right,
We don't know you
yeah,
well
yeah,
enough.
but like
I've known him since he was 5. Dude.
you see like a worthless piece of shit, and you're like, you don't contribute anything to society.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every ecosystem, there's producers and consumers.
Yeah.
And that's how I justified my marriage for so many years. I'm like, I'm the producer, and everybody else is a consumer,
Mhm.
right? And I'm like part of the ecosystem. But you see a grown man, and you're like, man, you know what that guy's fucking problem was or is? He's never been punched in the face.
Yeah.
I have that conversation with people weekly. Weekly.
The second you get punched in the face,
Something changes.
you see the world in a different fucking
Yeah.
way. And you could go and become like a fucking badass and go beat the shit out of people on the street.
Yeah.
Or you could be like, okay, there's a certain decorum that I have to follow in life
Yep.
and a certain level of respect.
Yeah.
You know, you see, but I believe in free speech. My mom came to this country from Cuba, where I was taught at a very early age, like nothing was sacred in my house. We could just freely talk about anything.
That's
It didn't
cool.
fucking matter.
Mhm.
Like my dad would sit me in the mall. I'd be like 5, 6 years old. And he goes, fuck, this bitch, she's worth a quarter in the whorehouse. This one, maybe 10 cents. Maybe this one a dime. And he would explain whorehouses to me
Wow.
in Turkey. And I'd be like, I don't even know what a whorehouse is.
Yeah.
Like he would be just say shit. I was a choir boy. My mom was Catholic. My dad's Muslim.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was a choir boy. I was an altar boy. I had the whole fucking get up. I'm in 2nd grade. My dad's sitting there. He's all pissed off. He starts muttering in Turkish. And he calls me over. He goes, are you gay? And I'm like, what?
What's gay?
I don't know what gay. And I'm
Yeah.
like, and he's like, I'm like, no, because he had such an angry look
You
on his
knew
face.
to
I was
say
like,
no to that
I
one,
just
yeah.
said like, no, I'm not gay. He goes, so why do you want to be priest?
Oh, God.
And he's
I'm
like,
not gay. I just like kids, Dad.
and I'm like, what does gay mean? And he's like, it's they stick things in your ass. Do you like it when they stick things in your ass? Now, obviously, my understanding and definition of gay and homosexuality has expanded since
yes.
that.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna say, based on that definition, yeah, I'm.
when you're 7, 8 years old, and he's like, I'm like, no, I don't want that. And he's like, then don't be priest. That was literally the last
Done.
day.
You're
I
done.
was done being an altar boy. I was done.
But no, to go back to like the punch in the face thing,
Yeah.
that is so true because it changes you, changed me. Mine was 4th grade. And there was
Who punched you?
Remember the bully Rosie?
A girl?
No, it was a dude.
Rosie?
Yes.
Rosie, no.
Yeah. So lunch line.
This guy got punched in the face by an imaginary friend.
No. All
right, you have deeper issues. This is where therapy is
in
necessary.
the lunch line, and it was the very first time my mouth got me punched in the face. I said something, he said something back.
Yeah.
He was like, "I'll hit you," and like, "Ooh," and like, I mocked him.
Yeah.
Boom, just popped me a good one.
Yeah.
And there's 2, Harmony and Jessica were there. They got all like, "Oh my God, you okay?" And I'm crying. 4th grader just got beat up by the way I
5th
looked
grade
at-
girls, the 2 hot ones.
Oh yeah.
taking care
I
of
got that, attention. But from then on, it was like, okay, now I know what. Am I going to say something and be willing to get punched in the face?
Yeah.
Which I totally did. But it changes you, and
Some
meet
people-
too many fucking people now.
That's the thing.
That like I can tell within. I can see them act out. I'll just say it.
Yeah.
It's like you've never been punched in the face.
There's a
before.
lot of kids like that now, and I'm going to be very careful about what I say in this next one. But I had this conversation with some people about some friends that literally don't hold their kids accountable to anything.
Yeah.
And it's like their kids kind of rule it, and I'm like 101 on how to raise an asshole. It's like, no, dude, you got to like. I'm old school. I think that Gen Z is, and I've wanted to work this into a bit at some point, but every generation, we're bigger pussies than the previous generation.
Yeah.
Right?
Because life got easier.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. I think that Gen Z is going to be the first generation that's a bigger pussy than the generation that comes after them.
It's possible.
It's going to be the first time. And what's funny is the next generation is Gen Alpha. Because shit's happening now. I mean,
the pendulum is swinging a little bit.
I mean, just look at in the last
6 months.
Let's just say since Obama became president, generally speaking, the amount of vitriol that I wasn't used to in the 90s and early 2000s, really, like the amount of racism that's out. And I'm not blaming it on. I brought up Obama. I'm not blaming it on him per se, but.
Just to mark the time of it.
But yeah, the timeline. I mean, that's mid 2010s, whatever. And obviously Trump hasn't helped that situation at all. He's taken that and run with it. But I just think that
sensationalism is a ploy, and it's a propaganda machine.
Yeah.
Right? And you could push your agenda because a segment of the population
can grab it.
Is going to grab onto that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like for me, like it doesn't matter who the fuck the president is. It doesn't affect how much money I make. My life doesn't work that way. Trump doesn't bother me one way or another. I'm an independent.
Yeah.
Now, would I hire Trump as my nanny?
Hell no.
To watch my daughter? Probably not.
Probably not.
I mean, there's probably a better person on the Megan's Law website.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. I'm by no means a Trump apologist at all, but yeah, man, I think that I think society in general has gone fucking haywire, and
on both ends of the spectrum.
Yes, absolutely. And I think it's due to technology. I think a lot of it is the social media, and I'll tell you why. Is because in the social media, the loudest, most ridiculous voices are the ones that evoke the most emotion. And it's not that the tech companies and their algorithms are trying to do that. It's that's just a natural, like you see something, somebody says something ridiculous.
Yeah.
You see a train, you see a car wreck.
Yeah.
There could be no car accident, anything on the freeway, but it slows down because people are slowing down to look at it.
People love
and I think
that shit show.
I think that we have gone from a long form content society to short form, and our brains have not evolved to actually consume that amount of content. So we've learned how to skim through and just see the bullet points.
Yeah.
And you see articles all the time that's like says something, then you read in the headline, it says something, and you read the article.
And it has
nothing to do with it
the headline.
at all.
One, and I have very strong feelings about all this because I'm one of the last generations to actually use a typewriter.
Yeah.
That actually had to go to the fucking
Yeah, we
library.
use it fucking whiteout.
You have to go to the library. I really do think, listen, the internet's great in some aspects, but I really think the internet.
I got to write this down. Hold on. Go ahead. Not what you're saying.
Yeah, no, that the internet really fucked our society up, our civilization.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day, have you ever read Socrates, Plato's, Aristotle? They all talked about how technology was going to help us, give us more time so we would cultivate our brains. And cultivate.
No, our brains are becoming dumber.
We're becoming dumber.
And they see, like, look, I use ChatGPT for a lot of stuff, like every one of my jokes.
This generation is going to be the best, the most well written, eloquent, articulate generation
because they're not going to write anything.
Fucking planet,
right?
Because ChatGPT is going to write everything.
Yeah,
yeah, on paper.
But
I have a conversation with those fucking people, dude.
You know they didn't write shit.
Yeah.
I use it for a lot of stuff. Like, for example, I want to make a recipe. I want to do something. And I'm like, hey, put together a recipe for me. And here's kind of the ingredients that I want to use. Like, dude, awesome recipes.
Yeah.
Great. Tells me everything I want, right?
Yeah, you made your custard.
Yeah. When I'm writing jokes, I'll do research and I'll be like, I'll have a question. I'll say, hey, what's this?
Yeah.
So it's so much faster to do research, things like that, but I'm still reading it.
You're still reading.
Yes.
So one important skill that they have to teach in schools is discernment.
Yeah.
On information.
Yeah.
Because we're being exposed to so much shit. You have to look at where the source is. You could find
Yes.
anything on the internet to agree with whatever position you want.
Absolutely.
And
You'll find what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yes.
But my generation, like if I wanted to get an A, I was a pretty good student.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. You actually had to go to the fucking library.
Fucking Dewey Decimal System.
Go to
all
the
that
fucking
shit.
card catalog.
Yeah.
Then go to the stacks. Assume that the librarian did her fucking job and put the book back where it was. Then you had to sit down, read the fucking book, read the section that you needed to get,
Yes.
extrapolate the information because you could have just fucking plagiarized that.
Or you had to go through microfiche, dude.
What was that shit?
Yeah. Yeah.
What was to find the news articles?
Don't you know the Dewey
What was
Decimal
that?
System?
What was that fucking thing too? Remember, it would like you could. It was like fast forward, rewind. type of shit.
Microfiche, dude.
Microfiche.
Is that what
yeah.
it was called?
Yeah,
Okay.
yes,
yeah.
Because what they would do is they would basically take snapshots of like newspapers and
Yeah.
stuff like that. That was like the internet before it was the internet.
The most irritating thing I've ever heard come out of my kids' fucking mouths.
No.
I'm bored.
Yeah.
Bored? Go fucking invent something.
Yeah.
Go create something. Use your
Yeah.
imagination. Be creative.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're bored. Man, if I ever said I was bored of my fucking mom, she's like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Here's a Time magazine.
Yeah,
Read
go do
that.
I mean, very rarely did that even happen. We were outside all the fucking
All the time, dude.
all the time. And I have two. Well, I
No,
have
that's
3
how I
kids,
get at
but-
church, dude. I'm bored.
But my kids always outside. My kids were always
Yeah.
outside. You know, I
They
would
need
say
to
they're
socialize.
the gens.
Because they were looking for
They're-
you.
they're-
Because you're out somewhere on a heroin kick. No. They're Where's Dad? They're always outside because they're searching for you. Where's Dad?
Gen,
hungry.
they're like on the side of Gen Z that actually are worth a shit. You know, and I do feel bad sometimes when I'm shitting on their generation in front of them, but I'm just like, look, like this does not apply to you.
Well, it's also situational. I mean, not every Gen Z kid is like that.
No.
I mean, I think
There are some good ones, but it's
but again, that goes back to parenting, right? And
Yeah.
and I think the scary thing is not that I have kids and I really understand this, but I have a lot of friends that have kids and I have nieces and nephews, and is that there's so much of like the school and the government getting into your business as a parent and not allowing you to parent
Yeah.
in certain ways, right? You know, I mean, like this stuff, and I don't want to go down the trans rabbit hole, but you know, if you know, being able to hide that from your parents and you know, confiding in a teacher, and the teacher's allowed to not tell the parents about it,
which is
That's
fucking
fucked up.
crazy.
yeah, right, and it's
Well, I got in trouble. I was doing a speaking engagement at one of the big universities.
Okay.
All right. It was a sustainability speaking engagement. And I got up there, and the PR lady was sitting on the side because the school got in trouble a couple years back. I won't get into it because I don't want to say which school it was. Very nice people. I had a good time. I got up. I go, all right. Somebody asked me a question. How did you get into science? I'm like, well, I took my first college chemistry class when I was 10. Teacher came over to me, gave me a course catalog, and told me to decide my future. That decision dictated the next 30 years of my life. That's why I don't believe 10-year-olds should be given the opportunity to make life-changing decisions.
Yes.
And the
Totally
fucking PR
agree,
leader was like, I get off stage. She's like, you can't be talking about gender reassignment and stuff.
You're
And I
like,
said,
I
I
didn't.
didn't. I was talking
you
about.
assume that I said that.
I go, I didn't say shit about anything. I said, I talked about my personal
That was a
experience.
general fucking statement, too.
Because I said I could have picked basket weaving,
Mhm.
and I'd be a basket weaver right now. I could have picked something else, and that would have dictated my fucking future. That's why you need parental guidance.
Yes.
Here, I truly believe in education. The only way you're ever going to overcome perpetual cyclical poverty in life, break generational curses.
It helps you fucking problem solve.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is education,
Yes.
right? So
yeah, but our education doesn't teach that now.
No.
It does. Critical thinking is not being taught at all.
No. And the way they're teaching today only benefits a small population of the students. My son, he was in the first grade and he was having behavioral problems.
Okay. So he's being a boy.
He's being a boy.
Yeah.
Right. And he sneaks into the girls' bathroom and goes underneath a stall, shit like that. And then like he punched the kid, but I saw the kid's face and I was like, that kid deserves
fine.
to get punched and all that stuff. And
Let
one
that be a
day,
lesson to you people with those punchable faces.
one day he spits on a kid.
That's a little
And I said, I go, you know, where I come from, if you would have spat in my face, I'd punched you in the face.
Yeah.
Like, you don't do shit like that.
No.
And he goes, that doesn't matter. I said, you do it again, you're going to get your ass kicked, or they're going to kick you out of school. You keep being a problem. He goes, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to stay in school. School's stupid. I don't need to go to school.
No.
And I said, huh? So I looked at my wife and I said, whatever you do, don't question what I'm about to do. I looked at him and I said, all right, I'm sick of your shit. Go grab a bag, grab 3 pairs of pants, 3 shirts, some shoes, your toothbrush. I'm taking you to boarding school.
Nice.
He's like, what? I said, you got 5 minutes. 4 minutes and 58 seconds. Hurry up. I'm dropping you off. I took him over here in Capitol Beach where the Home Depot is.
Oh, my God.
Where all the Mexicans hang
Yeah.
out. I'm driving. Now he thinks it's real.
Yes.
My wife calls my mom in Jersey. My mom's, what are you doing? I'm like, stop. You used to do worse shit to me. Stop.
Yeah.
Like, you got soft.
You're talking about the one right across from Costco? Like,
Yeah. Like, it's like in that little sliver.
Yeah,
space.
yeah.
And
the day worker spot.
yeah, the day worker spot. And he starts like getting nervous. He's in the car. And he's like, oh, what are we going to do? And I go, listen, dude, like next time you see us, it'll be probably November for Thanksgiving. If they
Nice.
let you out, if good behavior, maybe
Yeah.
Christmas after that. So get used to this. This is what life is. And then I dropped him off. There was like 3 Mexican guys. One guy with a gold tooth,
Nice.
with a beer in a brown paper bag. So I pull up. I talked to the guy in Spanish. I said,
Yeah.
I'm leaving my son here. You don't fucking touch him because I will kick your fucking ass. And if I come back and he's untouched, I'll give you $20. And he's like, oh, see,
Yeah,
senor,
yeah, I got you.
See.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I leave him there. He's got his backpack. He starts crying. I said, watch out for this guy because he's known to steal people's shoes. And watch out for this guy. You know, this guy, he's a character, all right?
Oh, my God.
So I go drive. He's crying. I go and asked them if they liked school or if they went to school.
Yeah.
And why their lives are the way they are because they didn't go to school. I drive off. I'm looking at him and I drive back. I go, do you want one more chance? He goes, yeah. I'm like, get in the car. I'll give you one more chance. After that, he had no more behavioral problems.
Wow.
Nice.
There you go,
But
man.
some people will hear that story and be like,
you like
you
traumatized
traumatized your son here. He's
fucking
abusive
child,
and
yeah.
this and that.
Fuck.
They're like, did you tell your son to grow the fuck up?
Yeah. How many
Yeah.
times?
I'm like, yes, like a multivitamin.
Yeah.
Every day. And he listened because he's like 6'4", 340 pounds.
Big
Okay? He's a big boy.
Yeah.
And he can't take being told to grow the fuck up. The kid's getting F's and D's. All right. Grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
Because guess what? You're going to be 18 here soon.
Not on my watch. Yeah.
I'm not taking care of you on the couch.
Nope.
And I always tell my kids, I go, I get hit by a bus. You're on your own. Don't
Yeah.
depend on me. Go figure something out. Like when I was a kid, I looked at my parents. I was at 5 years old. That's when I decided I want a better fucking life.
Yeah.
I don't want to live like this.
Oh, yeah. I was young enough to where like, I wanted to move out, do the whole thing, which I did.
Yeah.
Before I even graduated high school. I didn't even stick around for an entire summer. I was fucking gone. You got to go to
yeah, you
school.
were.
Yeah.
Fucking gone. They're like, you're either going to go to university or you're on your own. I said, okay. I've already been making my own money.
We were like good riddance.
Yeah,
dude.
get it. Get this
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
But
yeah,
I
yeah.
took off. I was like, I don't need your fucking help. I don't. I had a truck that I already was paid for.
Yeah.
And it was in my fucking name. I got money. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And the next thing I know, oh, well, we'll go with you to, scout places and this and that.
Yeah.
And I mean, my parents were divorced. My dad went with me on my first trip to like go and look at places, but I was just like, whatever. And I fucking found my own place.
Awesome.
And then got hurt. Other things happened to where the way I was making money didn't work out anymore.
Yeah.
And I had to either get a job, which I couldn't do because I almost cut my thumb off. And so I went back. I was like, okay, I'll go to school, which I did. And then I went to San Diego. So fuck it.
I had a moment where that woke me up, but I screwed around in high school, man. I played around. I just got good enough grades to play baseball. I didn't care.
Yeah.
I'm the fifth out of 6 kids. My parents were kind of just like, whatever, dude. We're fucking tired of being parents. And
Fend for yourself, child.
But so I graduated, and they're like, dude, if you're gonna live here, you got to do something. So I went to Saddleback, and I got good grades, and I got, because I didn't even take an SAT, dude. But I was smart enough to. I just didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
So I went to Saddleback for a couple years, and I got accepted to UC Santa Barbara. I moved to Santa Barbara. I went to school there. My first time ever living away from home, man. I got so drunk all the time. I ended up putting my head through a window at Freebirds. It's just like a 24-hour Chipotle, basically.
Okay.
Head butted the window, dude. So hammered, like, because I grew up Mormon, but I was pretty much like
not a Mormon.
Yeah, not by the time I was like 14 or 15, I was like, yeah, whatever,
Yeah.
And I mean, I partied with these guys that drank, and I was like the first of a lot of my friends that ever even had sex, and not him. This guy was banging 30-year-olds when he was like 12.
Not true.
But
I was 15.
Yeah. But so I did that, man, and I was like, oh, like it woke me up. I was like, I sobered up. And then I'm in Isla Vista in Santa Barbara, which is a huge party town. And I'm like, dude, I know I need to be sober. Like I got no people to hang out with that are sober. And I'm like, who's sober? The Mormons. So I reconnected with the Mormons, dude, and I had all these experiences where I was like, God wants me to go on a mission. And that's when I went to the Dominican Republic. And that was an eye-opening experience. When I saw how people lived.
Yeah.
Totally different. I mean, bro, my first week, it rained every day. I got sick.
Yep.
And we're like riding around our bikes. I'm with this dude who's, making me wake up at 5 a.m. to study an extra hour. We only studied 4 hours a day. And then we'd be out on the streets for 10 hours a day, just knocking doors and talking to people. And I'm, been learning Spanish at this point for fucking 10 weeks, and my brain is always exhausted. And I remember I called home that Christmas, dude, and I was just like, I don't know if I can do this.
I want to go home.
Yeah, because I mean, dude, I'm fucking pissing out my ass.
People don't realize,
dude,
Dominican Republic's a third world country.
Yeah,
dude,
it's gotten a lot better. But I mean, dude, I was there in 2001 to 2003.
Yeah. When he told us that he was going, I was like, bro, you're going where?
Bro,
that's not a vacation destination, dude.
It is.
Yeah, there are some very nice places. There's some resorts.
But I didn't live in any of those places.
No, you lived in the shithole.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't have dirt floors. We had like solid floors, but
underneath.
I had meals in a lot of people's homes that had dirt floors, dude. But here's the thing about the Dominican Republic. They would have a dirt floor and a fucking stereo. Like a nice stereo.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, what? Oh, it's because my familia in Nueva York.
Yeah.
Nueva York. They don't
Yeah.
say New York. They say Nueva York. Nueva York. But yeah, I mean,
Hispanic people, there's like a hierarchy, and Dominicans are like at the bottom.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, probably.
Like
some Central Americans maybe are,
Bolivia,
I mean, I think they're all cool, but I mean, I think Argentine
disclosure, you're all awesome.
I think Argentines are the biggest assholes, but but I got a lot of Argentines that I like. So
you got people from Spain, Colombia, Argentinian people, Cuban people. They all think they're the best.
Yeah, well,
and
I think every nationality should.
Well, American,
yeah, you should have the
proud
pride.
of what you are. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, look, sure, you're Cuban and your dad's from where again?
Turkish. Yeah.
Okay, so Cuban and Turkish, but you're American, dude.
Yeah,
you don't feel Cuban and you don't feel Turkish. You're American.
I feel I'm
telling him. Sorry, I was asking you.
You're a white guy.
Yeah,
damn it. You look like Hitler's wet dream. No, if I don't identify as American. I really don't.
You look Cuban.
What do you identify as?
I'm a spick. Like, I really am. Like, I don't feel at home culturally in this area.
Me neither.
And like,
You just got to go to San Juan Capistrano.
No, because
the Mexicans
Mexican
are very
culture
different.
is different than
It is.
Like, I'm used to growing up with Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, and Cubans.
Yeah.
That's who I'm used to dealing with.
Mira esa vaina.
Mira esa vaina que diache.
You guys both speak way better Spanish than I ever could.
Yeah,
And I'm
he's
Mexican.
half Mexican.
And I grew up culturally, like animals in the backyard. My family has owned a restaurant that's in Capo for like almost 100 years, you know? Like, I grew up with homemade shit.
Yeah.
People speaking Spanish around me. I can understand it a hell of a lot better than I speak it.
Yeah.
And that's where I feel most at home. The way that we get together and celebrate our get-togethers is like nothing else. I've gone to my friends' houses that are white, and don't get me wrong, they're all great people. I have a good time. It's just fucking different.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's
just
very different.
Yeah.
And for me, I could go hang out with a bunch of Mexican dudes and like speak Spanish. Spanish is my first language.
Yeah.
And I can read it, I can write it, and I just don't feel the same way.
No.
I just got dragged into a text thread with like a WhatsApp text thread with my graduating class from 8th grade from the Gifted and Talented School in Union City.
Okay.
And culturally, like, we are all in like different places, but culturally, like, we're all still the same.
Yeah.
Like we still gravitate towards that upbringing. And like growing up in Union City at one point was the most Cuban populated area in the United States per capita, more so than Miami. And there was two places that Cuban people went to. They went to Union City, New Jersey, or they went to Miami.
Okay.
So like, I grew up around Cuban people.
Yeah.
I grew up thinking like, you should have freedom of speech. You shouldn't let the government control
Hold you down, yeah.
You shouldn't do this. I don't consider myself a Republican. I just believe in those values.
Yeah.
You know, and like,
Well, Republican and Democrat have been totally fucking
just
bastardized
that
anyways.
bastardized. It's like, it's a ridiculous
Yeah.
thing. But like, that's why I tell my kids, I'm like, words are just words at
Yeah.
the end of the day.
No, words are violence, Chris.
No, words are not violent.
Words are violence.
They're not.
I'm like, no. Violence was when they fucking pick you up and shove your head in the fucking toilet when you're in like, the 9th grade the first day. Like,
Yeah.
words are violent. That's the fucking stupidest thing
Like,
I've ever heard.
I used to like, obviously my oldest is way bigger than me. He's like 3 times my size. And I look at him and I'd be like, dude, if we were in high school together, I'd fucking beat the shit out of you and take your lunch money and make you cry. Like, you're softer and as useful as wet cardboard paper.
Oh, no.
And like,
How old is he?
He's 17 now.
Okay.
But like, I would tell him this when he was like 11. I'm like, dude, like, you look at how big you are compared to everybody else. Like, you're like Lenny from Of Mice and Men.
Tell him about the rabbits, George.
Oh, yeah, the rabbits. Like, and then like, my daughter is like the toughest one out of them all.
Nice.
She's the youngest one. And she's like, I'll fucking kill him. And I was like, that's
my
attitude
girl.
I want.
But so do you okay, so I'm curious about this because I've heard that there's different talking heads out there that are saying things about kind of the emasculation of boys today. That boys
I
in
believe in
general
it.
are struggling
Yeah.
because of all of the,
We're taught, I'm a boy now. They're taught to shut the fuck up.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
So
Especially
biologically, and I always go back to science in every aspect for my understanding on things. And so biologically, there is a difference between men and women. It's evolutionary.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
biological. We're meant to go out and hunt and bring the food in, and they're meant to take care of shit. And I don't mean that in a misogynist way. I don't mean that in a fucking I hate women way.
and it doesn't mean that has to be the way.
And that doesn't mean that it has to be
Yeah.
the way.
Women
But
can do whatever the fuck they want.
men are, by nature, not as nurturing as women. We're very practical, solution-driven.
Get over it.
Yeah.
Get over
Yeah.
it and move on with your life.
Yeah.
Like a man, like you were talking to me a little bit before we started about some of the shit that you went through.
Yeah.
The difference between a man and a woman is a woman has her beauty and her vagina that will save her. Men don't have that.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell my 2 boys. I tell my 2 boys, no one is going to come save your ass. You got to learn how to fucking fend for yourself, make your own fucking money, and survive. And when the world fucking hits you down and you fucking fall flat on your face, you got to have the fucking courage to get up and keep fucking going. Now, the conversation is very different with my daughter.
100%.
Yeah.
I go,
Find
you're
a dude with a lot of
beautiful.
money.
Find a guy with a lot of fucking money, then divorce him.
Yeah.
No.
No, actually, what I tell my daughter is, you don't need a fucking man.
Yes.
But if you do find a good man, be good to him.
Yeah.
Okay? And don't use your beauty to get ahead.
No.
Because you need to have this. Because the most dangerous thing on this planet, I've said this to my daughter all the time, since the day she was born, before she could even understand the words, the most dangerous thing on this planet is a beautiful woman with brains.
Yeah. Intelligent as fuck.
Because by nature, they're all manipulative. And they know they have the power of the pussy. You're right.
Bro, I happen to have one that, I mean, maybe it's too soon.
You got a pussy, bro?
No,
Oh.
a girl that is not manipulative at all. That's sitting out there right now. And
She's just, you
dude,
know,
she's pretty special, man. We'll see.
You're a unicorn.
Yeah.
You found a fucking unicorn.
I might have, dude.
I
might
get what
have.
you're coming, and right now, so I do apologize. I've been looking at my phone. So
Two
Mason-
phones over here.
No, I only brought one today. My son is driving home from Big Bear. He's working with his grandpa, who's fucking a man's man, licensed contractor, all the things. So my son's up there working on the ranch, like excavator, all the shit. And his Jeep is breaking down. So I'm like, figure it the fuck out.
Yeah.
And I'm ignoring his fucking call. I was just like, let me know when you get home.
Yeah.
You got fucking AAA. You're a fucking
Figure it out.
And he's got fucking money that he makes.
Yeah.
So like,
figure it out.
figure the
Figure it
fuck out.
Yeah.
My mom's been calling me. No. I've taught him well enough to know, leave him alone. He's gonna get home. I don't have to fucking worry about that shit.
I'm the same way with my kids. But if it was my daughter, I'd be like, don't worry, I got it. Don't worry about it. I'll be there for you.
So the same thing happened to Tyler, who I say I have 3 kids. One is a bonus child, right, from a previous relationship I was in, and I was with her for her formative years. She's got a dad in her life, awesome, but he lives in Texas. Anyway, about a year ago, she broke down. Same place, out in the IE right now.
Okay.
Fucking.
You drive out there.
I almost did. But you're going to stay on the phone with me. I'm going to call AAA for you. Like, it was 11 o'clock at fucking night.
Yeah.
You know, completely different.
I would have done that too.
And that's why, and that's because women are more susceptible to being taken advantage of.
Yes, sure.
Right?
Well, because
guys are assholes.
Yeah.
Guys are assholes.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's why for my daughter, I'm like, you beat the shit out of a guy. You don't depend on a guy. I want to put you in jiu-jitsu. You got to learn Krav Maga. You got to be a fucking badass, right? I you've heard me on stage, and, you know, I still run my business. But, you know, I look at the list of highest earning comics for 2024, and I just go, fuck.
What was it? Nate Bargatze made $82
million. I remember from the list. So I called my other buddy and I was like, dude, is this real?
Yeah.
And I'm like I'd be outside a club just like how we
He's
are.
a clean comic though, bro. I don't know if you fit into that category.
No, but there's other ways that you can make make money
Mm-hmm.
today, right?
Comedy is totally blowing up.
So I was like, fuck. I haven't done comedy in 17 years. I gotta get back.
Nice.
But then I've gone through the hardest 2 years of my fucking life. I've had ups, I've had downs. Some of our mutual friends have pulled me out of that shit when I got into such a deep depression and self-pity shit, because shit was happening to me that I never thought was ever going to fucking happen to me. And I was like, how did I let this happen? Like, what the fuck? And I didn't even want to continue. I didn't want to fight anymore for anything. I was like, I give up. I'm done. And then something snapped into me. And I just said, you know what? What kind of fucking example am I going to be for my kids?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want my kids, no matter what happens, I want my kids, maybe not today, but 10, 20 years from now, to look back and go, Dad didn't fucking give up.
Yeah.
And when the stack was set against him,
double down.
He fucking worked harder
Yeah.
and built something even better than what he had before.
Yeah.
And I want to set that example for them. And I'm going to be like, yeah, I made it back in stand-up. And by the way, I did what I said I was going to do with my fucking business. I've been working like a fucking dog the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Figuring shit out, making shit happen. My whole goal in doing stand up again is to take all the
Therapy.
ugly, well, therapy to some extent, because I could go on stage and just say whatever the fuck it is.
Just let loose.
Let me tell you
and
something.
then hey, fuck you. The other night, and he just tells this guy, he goes, I don't like your face, dude.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The guy's just like,
Yeah.
Okay, dude. He, I mean, his face wasn't the greatest, but
Like, it was freaking me out.
He said it a few times, and then finally he turns to me and goes, I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you, bro. I'm sorry. And he goes, but I don't like your face.
I don't like your face. Your face fucking pisses me off. But like,
they will come to their own conclusion.
Yeah.
And seeing what happens.
It
might get, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of what went on with our family, but there was some inner turmoil. Kids were like, to dad, not even the fucking case anymore.
Yeah.
It's not.
Because the older they get, the more mature they become, the more
and the more they understand the truth.
They understand the truth and more life they experience. I'm just working, like ignoring shit, just working. But then every so often, I'm not ashamed to say it, like I will have like a mini little breakdown and I'll stop. I'll put my head down at my desk.
Give it a moment, give it its
and
moment.
I fucking let out a fucking tear.
Mm-hmm.
I cry a little bit. And I'm like, fuck, man. And then I look up and I'm like, God, you have blessed me so much in my life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I know that this is all for a reason. And it is.
Yeah. 100%.
Every bad thing could be turned into
everything can be turned into something.
The grow the fuck up, I was pissed off.
Yeah.
Like I'm fucking pissed off.
I read this thing, so it kind of goes into the hand, like seeing the silver lining type of shit, right?
Yeah.
It was, I don't know if it's really what Johnny Depp said, but it was a quote by him. And it says, the problem isn't the problem. The problem is the attitude you have towards
That's
the
right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like it changed, like all this bad shit was happening. I'd wake up at 4:00 in the morning, go to the gym in my garage, answer emails, wake them up for school, get them ready for school, take them to school, pick them up from school. My whole work schedule's around my children. My identity was as a father.
Mm-hmm.
I did all the school functions. I was on top of them for all their homework. I did all the recreational shit. I took them to practice. Never missed a fucking game. I'd be a coach.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, I'm 5'4", and
that's exhausting.
That was my life.
Yeah.
And that was my commitment because I wanted better for them than what I had. And I figured, okay, I've been blessed with certain gifts from God. I have an obligation to use those gifts and help other people. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, who the fuck am I? I'm still the hardworking fucking semi-badass fucking guy.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go figure out that aspect of it. And those kids will come around.
Yeah.
They'll be back.
They will.
And if I'm not ready for that again,
that's when it's on you.
That's when it's on me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to come back and they're like, fuck, Dad. Because all they think about is, Dad was on this TV show. Dad's a winner. Dad built this company. Dad makes money. Dad's a really smart guy. Dad hangs out with all these celebrities and famous people.
Mm-hmm.
Why
and
are all
Nick
these...
and Scott.
And Nick and Scott. And so I'm like, I got to keep that fucking going. So my goal with stand-up is really to turn it into a career again.
Have you thought about producing your own show now down here?
Yeah. I'm probably a couple months away from doing something like that, but I want to start producing my own show again and use all the marketing and branding.
And I'm at the point where I want to do something like that too.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to,
we should spitball.
Yes, absolutely.
Every week, anytime, like every week, I get text messages. When are you doing? I want to come see you. Oh, no. I'm like, not yet.
Yeah.
Just warming up.
Because once I get back to my, I would say maybe like 2-3 months ago, I was at a point, like I went to New York, I came back, I did 13 shows in 4 nights. I was like back to like what I used to do. And I felt like I was in the rhythm. And then you get sucked into like minutia of like paperwork. You get sucked into business and shit like that. And then you lose a step.
Mm-hmm.
And Scott knows I go on stage. It's the same fucking audience every week. I don't say that. I try not to say the same shit.
Yeah, no, you don't. Yeah. You don't. Yeah, dude. I'm at the point where I've got a lot of jokes that I think are pretty decent, but it's hard to tell them to the same audience every week, And like I did a show on Wednesday night down in Oceanside, and Eddie was there. And Eddie was like, "Oh, dude, I haven't heard you in a while." Like I had like 4 or 5 new jokes he'd never heard of, and he's like, "Those are pretty good." But so my Liz and I were going to Austin tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Good luck with that.
We're going to Austin tomorrow, so 3 Mondays in a row. I'm going to try out. I'm going to put my name in the hat at Kill Tony, but I know that it's a long shot to get on because there's so many people, and he just. I mean, it's not like I can do anything to change that other than I don't know, put the energy out in the universe. But dude, we went through the list of all of the open mics in Austin, bro.
There's tons.
I could do 3 or 4 a day.
Yeah.
And so that's my goal is just to do. I mean, get as many mics in as possible.
Yeah, like for 3 years, would do anywhere from 4 to 6, maybe sometimes 7 shows a night.
And were you doing
Every
the same
night.
jokes, or like, did you have on rotation?
Rotation.
Okay.
Like, I think the most I ever did on stage was an hour and a half when I went to South Africa in 2007.
Whoa.
And I did back to back to back to back to back nights in like a 5,000 or 6,000 person auditorium.
Nice.
Each one was an hour and a half?
Yeah.
Or, oh, wow.
Every show. Like, I naturally just sweat, as you guys could probably tell, but I was like drenched, but like the material was just like, but I had
you're in the groove.
I was in the shit.
Yeah.
I can't do that right now. Like, I can't even remember my fucking set that I did like the other night.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I got to get back into that if this is going to be a career. So I'm like, all right, give me, like, I get my old buddies. They're like, hey, I'm going to be in so-and-so club. Hey, you want like to open for me? And I was like, not yet. Not yet.
You'll know when you're ready, right?
Yeah.
Is that how you feel? Like, I'll know when I'm ready.
Like right now, I'm just workshopping. I'm just training.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get back into the feel of shit.
You got a lot going on, though, too.
I got a lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
But that's also like, fuck, my life. And like, I'm a hustler. I'm never going to fucking die. I'm never going to quit.
I've got a buddy I divorced, and his ex was just talking so much shit, and I was like, even if he is a piece of shit, you don't want your kids thinking that about their dad.
No.
That's it. I mean, so regardless of even if he is, that's just her not being a big enough person to recognize that your kids deserve to believe that they have a good dad.
Not only that, if he is a piece of shit, they're gonna figure
They'll
it out.
figure it out on their own. Yes.
Like,
yes.
Yeah.
And to me, it's just like, dude, that was just evidence to me. I'm like, it's not him.
My daughter, and then she's like, take me to Build-A-Bear.
Whoa.
And I'm like, fuck. And I say this on stage, and I'm like, this actually happened to me.
Yeah.
So I take this heartbreaking thing that my daughter says to me, and I turn it into a joke, and I'm like, shit, I love Build-A-Bear. $100, I buy her a bear. I walk out of there with all brand new, like, wardrobe, accessories. I got an ascot, new shoes, fucking bib. I don't ever use a bib, but I bought a bib. You know? It says lunchtime on it. I was like, I love it.
Oh, my God.
And I just hope that, like, I get to a point where I'm back doing TV. I'm back doing that shit. And my daughter's old enough where she scrolls through her phone, because at some point she's going to have a phone. And one of her friends goes, dude, this guy's funny. And they show,
that's my dad.
That's my dad. Like, I have my son as my back.
Nice.
Right? And, like, he's a spitting image of me. Spitting image.
Just with more hair.
More hair. Well, he's fucked. He's fucked. They're like, you're bald and you're old. I'm like, when you're old and you're
Just
bald,
wait.
just wait.
Yeah.
I used to say the same shit to my father. Like, there was a
Well,
period.
don't that wait? Like, I mean, maybe it happens, but I was always, maybe it's a wives' tale too. The hairs from the mom side of the
Yeah,
family.
that's bullshit.
I think
Yeah,
it is too,
is. It
because
is.
we have a friend who started. I'm not going to say his name. We've talked about him before. Not like a best friend, but a friend. And
Did he come to one of my comedy shows?
yes,
So yeah, and he was laughing his ass off. Yeah.
yes,
I know what you're talking about.
no hair by like,
But like 19,
dude, not even.
Yeah.
It was like junior year, and his dad, same thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I didn't realize my haircut was so upsetting until I did Food Stars. I had never once been on Reddit before in my life.
oh, your haircut.
There's a whole fucking thread on Reddit about it. They're like, this guy should just let it go. And I've had the same fucking haircut for 20 fucking years,
Oh
assholes.
yes,
I've had this
Jeez.
many fucking mohawk, and they're like, fuck you.
Landing strip.
The landing strip.
Yeah.
I remember when the company was on Time Magazine's 20 best invention of the year list, and I'm going to bed and I'm reading the comments on this post, and you said it earlier. The people with the loudest fucking voice are the ones. It's the train wreck. The people wanted it.
Yeah.
Somebody put down, oh, he's a lizard person, just like Elon Musk and
Yeah.
Bill Gates.
What?
And then it just started feeding. Yeah, he's definitely, look at that haircut. He's
Yeah.
definitely a lizard person. Yeah. Yeah. He's like all these geniuses. They're all like lizard people and they're come from. And they
We've
wanna,
met our
they go-
first lizard person.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So I'm
Dude.
reading these out loud to my kids and to my ex-wife, and she's getting all like emotional and butthurt. And I'm like, sweetheart, I'm a fucking lizard person. I fucking made it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They're talking about me.
You
I
should
love that.
you should do a joke about how you don't get your hair cut, you just get a Brazilian.
I just get a Brazilian. Yeah. I go to the waxing salon and a Vietnamese lady just goes,
You want the regular?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I just get a bikini wax on my head.
Yeah. Can I use that on stage? I'll use that on
absolutely,
stage. Yeah.
dude.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I've got like pages and pages of jokes that I've never said on stage
Yeah.
because I'm so spread thin. I can't remember them.
But you get on stage. I mean, every time I've seen you, not everything, but every time I've seen, most of what I've seen you is you get up there and you riff.
I riff.
You get up there and riff, and you know, I think we joked about it the other night. I was like, you probably could write really good jokes. I go, you just don't ever tell them.
I don't.
I'm like,
I've got fucking maybe 100 pages of jokes.
yeah,
And I forget them. And then I get off stage and I'm like, oh shit. But my one goal every time I go on stage is to say one joke, if I can remember it, that I've actually written. And sometimes I you know, and most nights I do get it out. And I go, okay, if I got that out and I got a pop,
Then you're good.
the best, your retarded friends with the gas tank, he gave me the best. The best.
Okay, I know you're talking
yeah.
about now. Yeah.
oh man,
He's great. So yeah.
He gave me the best compliment like 6-7 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I have trouble hearing him sometimes because he's so soft spoken.
yeah,
I was like, what did you? He's like, I hate going up after you.
Oh, there you go.
And I said, why? And he goes, because you're just pop after pop after pop after pop. And then I'm just like a slower storyteller and I can't follow that
Yeah.
because you suck the energy out of the fucking crowd. And then they want that every time. And I'm like, well,
You're welcome.
That's
do
right.
better,
Step
bro.
your game up.
Do
That's
better.
right.
Yeah, you made a comment to me that day that we did comedy at the same place.
Yeah.
That was the most energy you've seen me show on stage. And I was like, because I was fucking pissed, dude.
You were pissed. Yeah.
I was pissed. But I also write so much, and I'm trying to like perform my jokes and figure out how to perform them the best way. Also, I think I'm still trying to figure out like what's my persona,
Yeah.
you know, on stage. I mean, dude, I'm a year in, like
It's going to take you another 3 years before you.
probably. I'm learning. I mean, yeah, I'm learning a lot. I mean, it just takes doing it more.
I'm
you know?
cleaning all my shit, just consolidating, getting rid of shit. I find this fucking bin of all the old jokes that I used to write and DVDs of my old sets. And I'm watching it, I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? What was I thinking in this moment where I thought this was worthy of me writing it
Yeah.
down? And then I find some other shit. I was like, oh, fuck, that's funny.
How did I forget that?
Yeah.
How did I forget this
Yeah.
shit?
Yeah.
This shit's funny. So I'm like, I've got, what, fucking 20 plus years of comedy and life experiences.
So how recently have you been?
20,
Has it
30,
been since you got back up there?
less than a year.
Yeah, it was this year.
Okay.
It was like in March of
I think
28.
was the first time you just went up at Left Coast.
that the first time I saw
Yeah.
you were there. And I
Yeah.
was like, I just looked up like, all right, Mike's,
Where should I go?
where should I go? And I saw it. And that was the first time I saw you. And I was like, all right.
If
I
that
don't
guy
remember-
can do it. I can do it.
I went up, yeah.
That loser can get up there.
No, and I don't know anybody from a hole in the wall. Nobody knows
Yeah.
who the fuck I am. I got up on stage. That was my first time. And like I've done speaking engagements and, you know, keynote speeches and all this shit for years. But like I got on stage and I was like, oh, fuck. People are expecting me to be funny. It's not like I could just say like boom, boom. And people are like, oh, shit, you're really funny. Like, and my hand was shaking.
Really?
My hand. And I was like, what the fuck? Like I was freaking out. I was like, maybe this is like the new me. Maybe I'm the Parkinson's comic.
No,
I'm trying to
don't
figure
do
out
it.
how to flip it. You
Turn
know?
it into something to make fun of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was
Okay.
like, what the fuck? And then the second time I did comedy after that, the same thing happened with my hand. I was like, what the fuck? Maybe I'm not built for this shit anymore.
You got the itchy finger bang finger.
And then like I did it like 3-4 more times and then it went away.
Nice.
And now I just get up and I just
go with it.
And I think most of like the young guys around here, they've at least seen me.
Yeah.
They know I'm gonna like, I've got, energy and shit like that, and I riff. I don't have an act yet, but like I still have my joke set in my wallet from 2007.
Nice.
On a fucking sticky pad. It's in the back of my wallet. I always keep it there. And I'm like, fuck, I could rewrite these jokes and make them still contemporary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's a long enough time where people won't remember them.
Yeah.
So
I'm kind of, even though I'm going through all this heinous shit going on, and I say this because people call me every day to check in on me.
Nice.
To make sure I'm okay.
Okay.
And I'm like, to be perfectly honest with you, this is the happiest I've been in 20 plus years. And the only thing that would make me happier right now is if I had my kids back.
Yeah.
I'm broke as shit. Like, I'm broke.
I know how that feels.
Same. Same.
But
yeah.
like, when you get stripped down, and I think God did this on purpose, he's like, fuck, you had it all. Like, I had it all. But you get stripped down of everything, and then you realize, like, who the fuck am I?
Yeah. Not only that, but also who thinks you're important in life.
That's right.
Like, I know for a fact my true friends stuck around.
Yeah.
Right. And loved me from a distance when it was necessary, and all that kind of shit. But like, the real friends stick around, and then you also meet new ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You meet fucking
Like
new ones.
the guys that we know.
Yeah.
And obviously you grew up with them. I met them later on in life.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, like, if I'm going to go into a fucking battle with someone.
Oh, those three? 100%.
Fuck,
Yeah.
I'm going with them. And I know they got my back.
Yeah.
There's definitely a
trust
code
them.
for sure.
Yeah. Like, shit. Guys that I've met from prison, better fucking human beings than fucking Harvard educated assholes. I'll tell you that much. They're more reliable and dependable and accountable than anybody fucking else.
Well, I tell you what, gents, this is going to be our longest podcast ever.
All right. Well,
We
I
just
gotta
hit.
piss.
We're just about to hit the 2 hour mark.
Oh shit.
I know.
I will say, I've had a
dude. It's
great
been
time
great.
always doing, except for that one time it was hot as fuck during the summertime. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was so hot in here. I even ended it. He's like, so, we've been doing it for X amount of time. I'm like, bro, I got to get out of this fucking room. It was so fucking hot in here. This is the most fun.
Yeah, this is
I've
fun,
had.
dude. This is a good time.
Did you guys?
Yeah,
Is this
absolutely.
satisfactory?
Absolutely.
I keep looking at the camera and I'm like,
No, you're fine, dude.
I look like the extra in Over the Top. Like I'm gonna arm wrestle to win a truck in my son
Yeah,
pack.
dude. You got to do this one.
Yeah, the Over the Top. I
dude.
will. Like
Bro, that is
restaurants.
such an underrated movie.
Yo, it's great.
It's so good.
I will at times. Like I'll look at people in the bars and I'll pick up like the biggest guy and I'm like, let's arm wrestle right now.
No.
And they're like, what, you? And I'm like, let's go right now. Like my son, when he was a freshman, and he had just scored a touchdown against Mater Dei.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And he's a lineman, right? So it was on a fumble recovery.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, you think you're a tough guy? Let's arm wrestle right now. And he's like, what? And I was like, and he couldn't even move my arm.
Yeah.
Couldn't even move my arm. And I go, you know what the difference between me and you is? I watched Over the Top. Boom! He's like, my wrist. How did you do that? I'm like, kids born in the 2000s will never be the guy who.
And it's also dad strength. I remember my dad would, he'd, let me get there, and then he'd just go like this.
Boom.
And he didn't need his finger like that, but I'm like, you fucking ass.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So,
works me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, man. We'll wrap up. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
This was fun,
I
dude.
appreciate
We
it.
could.
Thanks,
I was thinking, out of the guests that we've had, I think we've had maybe like 7 or 8 guests, maybe between him and Tyler.
Yes.
Tyler was great. I mean, I would be down to have him on again, but like just as another, like, not the interviewee, but like just with us.
Yeah.
We bring somebody else on, just to riff and.
Yeah.
This has been a lot of fun, man. We appreciate you.
No, I appreciate you guys inviting me. Like, I barely know you. And for you to invite me, that means a lot to me. So,
yeah. It was funny because when I went up to you, I was like, I wonder if he's interested in doing this or not.
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah, I'll come tomorrow. And I was like, whoa, okay. Like, I could tell you're like, oh, I'm down. So I'm sorry that we couldn't do it that day, but
no, it was,
yeah,
no, it's fine. Like I'm down for anything. And that's why I have all these stories in my life. Cause it's improv is yes. And The second you
Yeah.
negate something, you're negating the opportunity to have an experience.
Yeah. I'm the same way.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I'm interrupting you.
Yeah,
too.
you're
No,
all
I was
good.
just excited. He's like, yeah, he looked you up too. And you guys are Facebook friends with some people. I'm like, fucking okay. This is like,
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
Yeah. I bet you weren't expecting those guys.
No, I was not.
You weren't expecting
at
those
all.
guys.
No.
I make decisions not based off of whether this is going to be good for me or not. I do it based off whether this is going to
Gonna
be a good story.
story, and it turned into a joke.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's been my whole life.
Like when I Ubered
Yeah.
for like 3 months.
You were an Uber driver?
Sure, recently.
Nice.
And like the first day, the second day, I pick up like a group of young kids from San Diego. They're all drinking, like they're drinking Trulies, and I don't get in trouble and all that
Just
shit.
road sodas.
Yeah, and one kid's like, "Hey, you look like that one guy from the Gordon Ramsay TV
No
show."
shit.
I was like, "It's because I am."
He's like,
And then more and more people would come in, and they'd be like, "Are you the Smart Cups guy? Are you this person?" Or yeah, I'm like, "Yeah."
Nice.
What are you doing? I'm like, "I'm running a sociological experiment.
Yeah.
I want to learn the human condition." So then I finally said, "Fuck it." So I made a little placard. I fucking laminated it, and I put it in the back of the seats. I'm like, "Yes, you're driving with scientist, comedian, winner of blah blah blah, this and that," and I put like my shit. I'm like, "But don't forget to fucking tip, because Uber drivers really don't make money."
Yeah.
And then
Not
from
shit,
that, I
dude.
got so much material. Some of my fucking new killer shit is from me Ubering.
okay.
Like the day I fucking dropped Taco Bell off to a crackhead at the hotel, the Motel Miramar or
Yeah.
something.
No.
Yeah.
Over
South
here?
side of town.
And I was like, "What the fuck am I doing here?" I went to the room, knocked on the door. She opens up. She's like, "Ah!" She was startled. And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
here for
startle
you."
you. And she's like, "Well, I wasn't expecting such a good-looking Uber driver."
Oh, no.
And then she invited me in.
And that's when I got my first toothless BJ.
Did you go in?
No,
Okay.
my response back to her, I was like, I'm very humbled by your invitation, but I'm actually transgendered."
No.
That's what I said. And she was like, "Oh, all right."
That's okay.
Yeah, me too. I identify as someone with a much bigger dick.
Yeah. Body dysmorphia, trust me. When I play basketball, I think I'm 6'7" and black.
Yeah. You're boxing people out.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
This must look so
Oh,
funny on
man.
camera. Well, I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
guys.
thanks, man. I'm gonna shut this off. I mean, we can hang and chat a little bit
For
more,
sure.
but we're gonna wrap it up. Peace out. Thank you, everybody.
Hey, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.